Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Late Night Cereal Podcast. Now, this podcast is all about retro gaming and nostalgia, as you know, but it's also a splash of milk because Pastor Plunger and myself start every one of these with a lovely bowl of cereal. I got my Batman one today.
Oh, I've still got my usual. I have the same one.
I do like that. I do need a special one like that, though.
It's got the spoon on it. It's got a spoon? That's not a spoon. The handle on it, and it's quite nice because it lost a bit of milk. You can go like that.
What milk have you got in there?
Well, I haven't actually got it in it.
I thought you were going to eat dry.
My posh milk. Now, I was going to do a joke with that.
Go on.
About the whole dry milk, but dry milk?
Mm-hmm.
Always about my words already. No, with the dry cereal, but I've actually got a concoction because we're running low on cereals.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the last of the Weetabix caramel mixed in with the s'mores one.
Oh, right.
So I've made like a bit of a concoction.
Bit of everything.
It look very nice, but
it looks like dog food.
Nice. it does. You said it last time as well.
To be honest, I've got the. I've had these before, but they're the Choco Cups, or I don't know what they're called, the Cocoa Pops. But they're not Cocoa Pops. They're the ones that like.
Oh yeah, I always think that. I always think of them as
they're not great.
Cocoa Pops. That's the way I look at them.
Cocoa Pops tried something different, and I'll be honest, I don't think they succeeded. But whatever, we'll let them slide because Cocoa Pops are still good. As much as people always say, like Cocoa Pops, Cocoa Pops, like a really bad. But we were talking about the dry cereal because on the stream this week. A lot of people were talking about like what cereal would you eat dry, and they came out that someone said they eat Weetabix with what was it like spread with butter, spread with butter and jam.
Spread with butter and jam.
Oh no, Weetabix.
No, when I just read that, I was like, I actually was at work at the time, and I heard it from my headphones. I went, "Oh!" out loud, and I was like, "But why? Maybe I don't." Okay, possibly, I would possibly try a tiny bit with the jam, a tiny bit, but with butter, no. That just sounds like greasy and there. But
yeah, because maybe I don't even know jam.
But a jam, I would try a little bit on, just because it's quite sweet. Because you've got going sweet with it.
The only extracurricular thing I could imagine doing with cereal is like cornflake cakes. We add them like little chocolate cakes and things like that. I like that. Or when you ground up cereal and people put it on things. I don't mind that. When I was in Canada, I saw a box of, what was it? Cornflake powder that you can put in like, was it pies and things like that? It was so weird. You ground up. Yeah, you can buy it. Like, all it is cornflakes that you ground it up. It's the weirdest thing ever. I don't know.
But I don't
We don't have that over here, do we? I've never seen that before. But
No.
I suppose it makes things crunchier. If you're going to put it on top of it. The same thing we do with cornflake cakes, and it makes a nice crunchy chocolate cake.
Yeah.
But I don't know, as a savoury thing or whatever, I don't know. It's just butter on Weetabix is disgusting. Anyone who eats will eat a dry Weetabix. I can't, but
as a snack as well. As a snack as well.
As a snack, how do you even carry around? It's so brittle.
I'll tell you a thing. Last time when we had this podcast, and I was having the caramel Weetabix ones. I didn't add milk because I forgot to bring it up, So I had one of those without the milk, and my throat for the rest of the podcast felt like I had nails in my throat.
I'll be honest though.
That was from one.
Those small ones are pretty robust, aren't they? They're like quite tough. But the bigger ones, you just have to look at it and it falls apart.
Yeah. It's just like you're just eating a bit of straw,
As soon as you put milk into like a normal Weetabix, it just turns into soup. Like, you got to be quick. There's like a moment, like, you've got to get in there. But some people like the soup. I think they're nuts, to be honest. I don't understand that. I like it when it's fully whole and just like get in there.
What about when you've got the last bit of cereal and you've got the powder in the bottom? Do you have that when it's the last bits? You go, oh, sod it, or do you just like take like the last little bits out?
Oh, the bag.
The bag.
It's weird because I think like Lynn's, my wife, she loves that, like the last bit of the cereal box. She's like that with crisps as well. If you have Monster Munch, beef Monster Munch, obviously our favourite. She loves the debris of the.
To be fair, with crisps, I'm like that. I like the little bits at the bottom. Yeah,
I'm not like that with cereal. I feel like
not cereal now.
It's time to get a new box as soon as possible. I'm like, if I've got to have cereal, it's like, woe is me. What have I become? I feel like I'm like on the streets eating this like powdered cereal. You know what I mean?
That's it. You get the last little bit. I've done it before. You're not paid attention. You poured it in, and you see and all the powder. And I look at it and I go,
"What is that?"
And I'm like, So I sometimes do. I get another bowl, move out the large bits from the powder.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Will you do that, or you want to just get rid of the powder and just have a fresh bowl?
But it's kind of just. Yeah, I don't ever have the powdery bits. But not Danielle, because we've always have like packets. We got like the last little bits of cereal. We put the bags into another box because we need the room because we only got a small cupboard for cereal.
Yeah.
And she'll add it in and go, oh, it's still extra in there. And 90% of it is a powder. I'm like, just chuck it away.
Yeah, get away.
Just chuck it away. I'm not going to eat it. You're not going to eat it. We're going to realise it. And then, yeah.
To be honest, I think it was like Jack who brought it to my attention, a Jack in the community, one up Jack, who said that with the little boxes that you can just pour milk into the bag and then with a spoon. That's a good idea, actually. I'm not against that. That. You know, if you're stuck and you wanted a snack and you like, I didn't have a bowl, you know, all your bowls are just like, oh, yeah, I've got to wash them all. You just pour the milk in the bowl.
I'm assuming that's good for like camping or something.
Yeah, God, yeah, perfect. I would never do it with a full box. I think that's ridiculous.
You'll be here forever eating it, wouldn't you?
And also,
when you forget about it and you've got a bit of milk at the bottom, and you go, what's that smell?
But for a 30-gram box, I'm down with that, you know? Right. But going from cereal, as we always do, to what we've been playing for the last couple of weeks, is it a segue if it's like completely different? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's not
you could say, I remember getting 3 things in my cereal, which was video game related. Talking about video games.
Yeah. Or you can go, you know, it feels like you're playing with your cereal, but talking of playing. You've got to do it as swiftly as that, haven't you? Right. So what have you been playing the last couple of weeks?
Right. I actually wrote it down this time because I always go, I can't
apart from Mega Man.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be Mega Man.
Well, still on Donkey Kong 94.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, right? So I don't know. I don't think I've mentioned it last time because a couple of weeks ago I beat it, didn't I? So I've beat it now. And are you on the last world now?
I'm quickly checking because I took a screenshot. I'm on Rocky Valley, stage 8.
Oh, you're on the last one?
Wait a minute. No, 9's the last one, isn't it?
9's the last one. You're not on the tower yet. Yeah.
And I got that ice level, so...
how are you doing? Like, with it? Those levels are tough,
I didn't, but I went to... I actually stayed on an extra, like, half an hour.
Oof.
Because I was like... I can't leave this ice levels. No. I want them out of the way. Yeah. And I had 3 left before the Donkey Kong for a save. And I was like, no. Yeah. And then people saying to me, oh, don't worry, go to bed. And I went, no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I had like 3 lives left on Donkey. And I thought, and if I die, I've got to do them previous 4 levels before. But I ended up doing it on a second time because I found, and one thing I always like about the bosses or the mid-level bits is you always find a little area that's kind of like a cheese, can't you? Like, if I stand here, I won't get hit.
Yeah.
And I found that on the ice one.
Oh, it's so good. If everyone's just tuning in, by the way, and you're wondering, what game are we talking about? Because we should introduce each bit like this. This is Donkey Kong 94, which we have talked about for the last couple of weeks. And I absolutely loved it.
I'm in love with it as well. And I'm just like you. I'm like, why did we not play this as a kid? Like,
why isn't Nintendo releasing a new version of it like all the time? And, or why haven't they released a level editor or something like that online for everyone to... it just should be out there all the time. I mean, they should have put it into... I suppose you could make Mario Maker levels... like with it, I suppose, you know, that because you have keys and all that stuff in there. So I suppose you could
you always had the 3 items. You've got the key, and then you've got your enemies and ladders and everything.
I suppose because you can't do with Mario, you can't make a key disappear after a certain amount of time. I suppose that's a key element of the key, isn't it? You know.
But you never know. On Mario Maker, there might be ways around it because people find ways to make all sorts of crazy levels. There could even be some that we've never looked up. Yeah. You know, but that I'm still really enjoying it.
It really ramps up at that point as well, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
There is some, you're going to get to the tower next. I went through the tower quite quickly because there are quite a lot of boss levels, but you did see the last boss when I was fighting that, didn't you?
I did. I didn't want to, but the curiosity got the best of me.
My word!
I saw it. I was like, wow, it looks amazing.
You have a normal Donkey Kong. Well, it's kind of a normal Donkey Kong boss where you've got to pick the barrels, and it feels a little bit different because you've got to have a bit more skill. You've got to go upside down and pick, on your hands and then pick up the barrels and throw them around. Well, that's cool. And then it kind of has a fake ending, and then where he comes back, but he's huge. I was like,
it's so good graphically as well, and this is on Game Boy as well. It's so amazing, good. Isn't it?
I kind of want to see it on because we're both playing for the Super Game Boy, and I feel like when I want to I kind of wish one of us was playing the normal Game Boy version, so we could have compared notes.
I know we're playing the exact same version, and I don't know. I'm assuming he'd be this. It looks same, but it might be quite interesting just being in the monochrome.
Yeah,
I bet he looks
monochrome.
even. I think he actually probably even looks better, especially if you're looking at it on a small screen.
Yeah.
I bet the detail looks brilliant on it.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
looking at the bigger screen.
I think it's one of the best games I've ever streamed. To be honest, because it's like it's a good balance. You know, when you're streaming and it's like you want to play a game that you can really get into and just enjoy playing it with other people commentating as well and chatting about it. And I think that was a perfect one because
and it has nice little breaks in between.
Oh god, yeah.
You've still got that worry again. Oh, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you've only got a few before you get a halfway save. If you had to only could save on the last Donkey Kong at the top, it'd be pretty brutal.
Oh god, that'd be horrible. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would be a bit like, but where it's got that halfway point, it gives you that little breather of it.
I mean, the last part is a little bit brutal because if you go against the last boss, you and you die, you go back a few levels.
Yeah,
so there is that. But once you start getting the knack for it, it's like the first part of the boss, I was beating really quickly. And
it's the same as Mega Man and all that sort of stuff. You have these separate phases, and then you realise that first phase. Once you know it, it's really easy. Then all you got to do is focus on the second phase.
Because it's only Nintendo's. Well, sorry, go on.
I would say one of the levels that kind of got me talking about it being difficult is that there's one level where it was loads of items I had to use. There was platforms, springs, a black dot. And there was nothing else leading up to it. And I remember you starting that level, but I looked away or I turned it off to audio only. And I don't know there was some levels though, I did feel that it did make you panic a little bit looking at all the stuff you've got to do. And I'm like, how am I going to do this?
It does overwhelm you. Oh, totally.
Yeah, that's it, overwhelming, yeah.
Because there's like one level that kind of reminded me of like that, where I always liked it more when it's like almost single screen. But I understand it's kind of better for it to go outside that. But I always like it when they can do it in one screen. And sometimes when there's a level where you have got to go, you got to go underwater and then go all the way around.
Yeah.
And on a first,
another one. Yeah.
And you got to get a key all the way around and all this. And I remember the first time I'm doing it, I'm thinking, oh my god, there's so much to do here, and I don't even know what I'm doing, what path. And I felt a bit overwhelmed. And because you're streaming, you're thinking, I'm going to be on this for ages. Oh god.
Yeah.
And then the best thing about that game, and one of the best things about video games in general, when something just clicks and suddenly you go from feeling rubbish, you feel like, oh, okay. Yeah. And it's the best feeling.
It's because you look every time you look at it and you go, oh no, look at this, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing here. And then you do a little bit, I go, wait a minute. Because there's one level, that key where even though the door is like above it, it's really like teasing you.
Yeah.
The only thing that got me, that someone had to remind me, which I'm annoyed that I forgot, is the invisible door levels.
Oh god, yeah, I didn't even know that was coming up.
I didn't pick up on that. Wherever she shouts help is where the door is.
Yeah, because there's some levels with multiple doors as well. Not just that, but invisible doors. You have to know which door to go to, which did throw me, and the invisible ones. But but that again, I think that's even that threw me. But it's an assessment really, because it's still throwing things at you like as it goes on. And that was way later on in the game. It was still throwing you new mechanics at you, and it's like,
that was it. You think, you've learnt it all now, but that's why I think I know it's a bit of a out of the way, but I would honestly recommend. I've only played a little bit of it so far, but I really recommend Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah, is that the GBA one or the Switch
GBA version?
Yeah. I always forget because we're always talking about this. Is the Switch version the same version as the GBA version?
Yes,
it is. It's just a remake of it.
It's literally a remake of it.
Yeah, so I might just get that one because it's obviously easier for me to play the Switch version nowadays.
You would, and also if you want to, there is a demo. I don't know if it's still there. There is a demo of Mario vs Donkey Kong on the Switch, so you can try it for a couple of levels.
Yeah,
so you can see what it's like. But again, that's another one. It's literally, it's mad. It's literally Donkey Kong 94. But with life improvements.
Yeah.
You could backtrack levels.
Didn't you say there was there's a timer on the key as well?
Well, you have a timer. You can pause and look around the screen.
Yeah. It's not a remake though, is it? It's not the same levels.
Absolutely different. Totally different. Yeah. It has its own little story as well. It has its own little story, this one as well. And it adds extra mechanics in. That it's honestly, it's really recommend that one.
I've seen things where it says the March of the Minis. Is that a different game?
It is. Well, what it is, they're all little like spin-offs because basically, quickly in Mario vs Donkey Kong, the objective is Donkey Kong wants a Mario wind-up toy, but they're all sold out. So he gets really annoyed and breaks into the factory to steal them all. That's literally the story. And Mario's chasing after Donkey Kong from stealing all the Mario toys. That's literally the story. But it gets to a point where, and they're the wind-up toys you see in that the one you were mentioning, because essentially you start out doing exactly the same as you do on Mario on Donkey Kong, just getting your way through the level and trying to get to the end door.
Yeah.
But you don't have like a princess to save in that one. But in this one, you're just saving one of the little robots or one of the toys.
I see.
But later on, you get a bit where you get one of the wind-up toys and it follows you along the level. So you've then got to work out how to get the toy from one end to hit a switch, then able for you to progress on another part of the level. That's going to be got to.
Jeez,
so it sounds really complicated, but once you see, I get it. I get it.
Do you know what it is mad when you think about it? That I mean, it sounds obvious. It's because of the original Donkey Kong game, but you kind of forget that Donkey Kong used to be a villain towards Mario.
I know, because it's so used to. Because Donkey Kong Country for me was really, to be fair, my first Donkey Kong experience.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I never played the arcade Donkey Kong because I used to look at it and go, it was never on my radar.
Yeah.
I never had an NES. I had a Game Boy, but again, I weren't interested in Donkey Kong.
Do you know what? My first experience of Donkey Kong was the Atari 2600 version.
Oh wow!
Which is really rough. And when you see Donkey Kong and he's like made of like 5 pixels, and it's just like rung, rung, rung. And then I played Donkey Kong Jr. on the NES. That was that. And then obviously Donkey Kong Country later on. That just blew my mind how good that was. But it's just like you forget how much of a villain he was. On like because we've been so used to seeing Bowser in every game. But it makes you think every time they're going to come in the game again, they're just going to do that same kind of like we're just going to make it a puzzle game rather than have them like an adventure after Bowser. So anyway, that was Donkey Kong. What else have you been playing?
Okay, sorry, the other thing, we just quickly, we finished Metroid Prime 3.
Yes, wow.
We've done that. It kind of gutted, actually, because there was
on Sunday, sorry. So was that the Sunday just gone?
That was on the Sunday ones,
God.
That was this Sunday as well. No,
was it the Sunday just gone? It must have been, because I see you playing it.
Oh, yeah. If you
so it must have been,
we didn't realise we only had about, like, half an hour left of the game, so we had the next game ready. But the thing was a bit gutting about it. There was one boss halfway through, and in number 2, that was really difficult. And me and Danny took turns on doing parts of the phases. Now, I won't say the end boss is in number 3 until if someone wants to play it or yourself wants to play it. But it ended up being really easy. And then Danny did it, and I was like, "Oh, we've done it." And then it was like, "Oh, what's going to happen next? What's next?" It's like, "Oh, credits." Oh,
did it feel like a short game then, the third one?
No. Well, it felt more enough linear to get through it a bit easier. But we only had. But then where we last left it, without realising, we was at the end game and we didn't really know it. But the last boss, Danny did it in 2 attempts. I didn't even get a try because she did it. It ended up being really easy. I'm like, oh, that was a bit.
Okay, so since you've played all 3, then what would you rank them?
What's that?
Well, how would you rank them?
We actually, me and Dave spoke about it straight afterwards. Cool. Basically, we went 1, 3, 2.
Oh wow! Why 2 last?
Because 2 has a thing where you need a guide with it, because basically you go to the same area, dark and light world.
Oh yeah.
But you're doing the same area, but in 2 different dimensions.
Worlds, yeah.
And that kind of
messes with your head a little bit.
And you don't just stay in one dark world for ages. You kind of got to go back. Right, now I've done this. I can then go back to light, make this alteration, go back to the dark, change that. And we end up having a guide because it got really confusing. And then you have to follow all these riddles to find out the next bit of the keys you have to get. And we don't know. I don't know what that is. And it got a bit too much.
I've heard that's I think that's one of the reasons. Well, I never beat the first one. I got to the last boss and then for some reasons gave up.
It is quite tough.
I've 2, the second one. I've got 3. What about? Are you going to go to Other M next?
Well, that's what I was saying. We literally did half an hour. We finished it. Yeah. And that was the beginning of the stream. So we started Metroid Other M.
What are your thoughts?
Honestly, absolutely. I'm not going to swear. Absolutely love it.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, the story, I'm not going to go into it, but the story, I can understand why people are angry at the story and how Samus acts around some other characters and all that stuff. But I will say the gameplay of it, brilliant. Like the swap between when you're using I use a TV remote for example.
Yeah.
When you're using it like that, when you're doing the platforming, and then when you have to go first person, you have to do this.
Yeah.
Which sounds horrible, but it actually becomes quite what's the word?
Second nature kind of thing.
Yeah, you just kind of just do it. Like one bit, I knew I was going to go first person. I ended up holding a controller like this.
Yeah.
And then so I could do that, then go back into that mode.
Yeah.
But it actually, honestly, it worked really well. And when you're in combat, she does an automatic dodge, or if you're firing at a certain point, she can dodge and jump out the way.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like an absolute, absolute boss in it.
Yeah.
You feel amazing.
I know where you're going to go for that.
Shooting. Yeah, you don't want to say, I didn't say it, but you don't just stand there and shoot. You will leap. He's kind of like best example. Did you ever play any of the Batman Arkham Asylum games?
Yeah, played all.
You know the way you feel amazing on that when you're taking on 4 guys and you're leaping over behind them, going back over. It feels like that. You feel absolutely
it's
like
odd because I did play over M years ago, and I can't remember why I stopped playing it, but I think it was something to do with like the controls got after a good while.
Yeah,
became annoying because the amount of enemies that start coming on screen. Because I think you have to like, manually shoot when you're in Wiimote mode. I can't remember. There's something about that.
Yeah, it basically turns into Prime mode when you go that way.
And I remember that being an issue where it was like so many things on screen. I was like, oh, do you know what? This is like it started becoming frustrating. So I think maybe like I'm interested to see how it evolved for you like after half an hour play.
Well, we played the rest of the stream with it because we had half an hour Prime 3. The rest of the stream was that was like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, so you've put enough time into so you realise you like it. Yeah, that's good.
And we are flicking. Me and Danielle, we do take turns, so we're not doing completely.
That's great that you do that. By the way, it's just like a really fun way to do like the games like that, isn't it?
Well, it helps with both of us to learn to play it and then have fun with
as well. Yeah.
Also that, and if you get annoyed at a boss or a section, it's really bothering you can then go, right, do you want to take over? Yeah. But then it got to a point where actually it was at one point I was like, Danny, can I have a go now?
Because it looks so much fun.
I was really enjoying watching what she was doing on it. Visually, it looks stunning.
Yeah, I remember it looking good.
Honestly, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and super cheap. It was like £5. Everyone slated it when it came out, but I think part of that one, obviously the controls, everyone really didn't like Wii controls in general, to be honest.
Yeah, I think just
it was such a departure from the Prime series, wasn't it? But again, I don't know.
I don't know.
Try something new.
I don't know how you'd feel about it now, but I mean, it'd be worth revisiting if you played it in past years. Because I actually played it when it first came out, and I didn't like it. I don't know what it was. Again, I can't remember, but I didn't play it. But now I've kind of gone in with knowing the hate on it and thought, right, we'll give it a go. But absolutely, I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's great.
I mean, interestingly, the way you're describing, the way the controls shift, it's kind of the way people are describing the way Metroid 4 plays. We can go into mouse mode and then go into mode. Yeah, and that sounds great.
It's going to be that, isn't it? Because you're going to be playing, you might play, like your mouse might hurt for a little while and you think, actually, I'm going to you just turn it sideways and you'll be doing like that. And then all of a sudden, you'll need some more accuracy, and you might get a bit annoyed. So you quickly put it down on the mat and then do that.
Well, that's the thing. It was like an interesting about Metroid 4 and Switch 2 stuff. Switch 2 in general. Like, how do you think people are going to use the mouse mode? Because like, not everyone's going to have a mat. Like, I don't have a mat when I'm in a coffee shop or something. Or maybe at the table. You're going to use your jeans.
Yeah, well, apparently some people did that at some of the videos, and they said it kind of works, but it's one of them where I think, because I'm playing on TV, we've got these little like sliding tables we have our dinners on, because we don't really have a dining room table, so we have these things, and it slides in perfectly into the sofa. So we'd probably have that to rest on, and then every now and again do like that. But I feel like I want to play Metroid purely with the mouse.
I like the idea of it, but I wonder if you could be playing it in normal mode, like with a controller, and then when you want to be more precise with the shooting, you go straight into like a mouse mode. I think
you can. There's a video where literally you play like that, and then you can suddenly just do that on the fly.
No, you can do it, but I wonder if that's it'll feel like you'll want to do that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because it just to be more precise on things, and I love the idea of that because there's so many other things they can do with the mouse stuff. It's like I feel like if developers use it, because the way you can shift between two, like you can't do that with a normal mouse. So let's see
if they do. But I think adding the mouse bit adding into it is going to be quite quite embedded into the Switch already, so they might just have options. Because in one of the news articles later on, we talk about the mouse.
Oh, good, because we've got other things to say about that. Well, okay, what else?
Anyway, anything that's pretty much it. And then Legend's still playing through at the moment.
Yes.
But yeah, the only thing I will say with Metroid Prime 3, just last bit of that bit, is that the only thing I was a bit gutted about is that you need to kind of play Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS, because that's technically before Prime 3.
Oh, because
because what it is, I'm not going to go into story and stuff, but essentially, it's called Hunters because there's other people like Samus in it.
Oh,
but they're from other universes and stuff.
Cool.
And they play a big part in Prime 3.
That's cool.
But the problem is, when things happen, you don't feel as emotionally impacted because I've not played the previous one.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, if it hasn't been done already, someone should release a book. You know the way they did with like the Mario and Zelda universe?
Yeah.
There's been so many Metroid games now that we need like a book to compile it all.
Yeah, because all it in depth from other parts, and it's not always straightforward. And even things like I always thought Super Metroid was the first game, essentially the first game, but it's not, you know. And then you've got, and then also Other M is set technically is the sequel to Super Metroid.
Is it?
Yeah, it references Super Metroid, the entire intro, and this is the after effects of Super Metroid.
I always thought the Game Boy one was. Oh no, Game Boy one is the sequel to the original one, isn't it?
Yeah, which makes it really confusing. So Super Metroid, think of that as a separate storyline.
Yeah, I still haven't put time into Dread. I need to put some time into Dread at some point.
I still need to. I've been on the last boss since I got it brand new, and I've been too scared to go back to it. But it's been so long.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. I might just replay it.
Talking about new-ish games, I've continued playing Hades. I think I mentioned this last time. I am obsessed. I stopped. I mean, last time I was talking about Vampire Survivors and how obsessed I was with that. Yeah. Stopped it. I'm that close to deleting it because I don't want to go back to it. I only put 10 hours into it, but like it was 10 hours really quickly.
It's like you've left a clinic and you're like, right, I'm.
You know that you're obsessed with the game because I'm doing that with Hades now, where I looked at it and was like, oh my god, I've put like 40 hours of this game now.
Wow,
where did this come from? And I don't know how this happened. It is so good. I beat the last boss on it, but the nature of it being a roguelike, you haven't seen credits yet. You've got to beat it 10 times. In a row. Not in a row, but 10 times, because the way the story plays out.
Oh, okay.
Basically, like the whole thing is you trying to get out of hell, you know what I mean? And the last boss, and most people will know, the last boss, hopefully not a spoiler for everyone, but the last boss is Hades, your dad. You got to fight Hades. You can probably guess, if Hades is in it, you're going to fight Hades. But something happens when you beat Hades. I won't tell into that because that's definitely spoiler territory. Yeah. But you understand when you do beat Hades, the story plays out, and I understand that you've got to beat this game 10 times to let that story completely play out. But to be honest, as soon as you beat it once, it opens up other options that you can get better.
So it makes you want to go back. You actually, now you've done that, you're like, right, I want to carry on.
Oh, definitely, because there's loads of customization stuff, like as in like for where you live and all the unlockables and all that. Which if you're like me, you're just like you get obsessed with all that stuff. So when I get to you hooks in it, I was like, I just want to do it all. But there's also that thing of like I'm loving it. I think it's like a not perfect game, but it's like right up there. It's like one of the best games I've ever played.
I've got it on PC. It was bought for me by Stu a long time ago, and I've not played it.
It's by yourself here on Switch.
I really want it.
It's happened to me before where someone's got me something on someone else, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to play it. And probably that's a really good thing to get me on PC, because then at some point when I do get a Steam Deck or whatever, I've got it on there. And I think it might be cross-play as well, so you could load up your save and save.
Oh, so I could play a bit on PC when I'm at home. And
I'm sure I've seen that option in there.
Oh, that'd be great.
Vampire Survivors is like that as well. But it is. I mean, because Hades 2 is coming out soon. This year, and
that's kind of pushing me to give it a go.
Yeah, and it's like I really want to beat this game before Hades 2 comes out, but also I put enough time into it to know that I love it, and I could put that time into Hades 2 when it comes out. Yeah. So I'm happy, but I really want to move on to something else, to be honest. But every time I put my Switch on, I'm like, I'll just have another run, and it's like 40 minutes. But I'm dying to play something like Death's Door is a game I'm looking at. The one where you put a bed.
Yeah,
that's the kind of next thing I want to try. But apart from that, You know what game I'm going to talk about now? I've got to talk
I've
about.
got a lot to talk about that with you as well,
right, yeah.
but I'll let you.
So everybody.
You start.
So this week I started playing Crash Bandicoot. You might have heard it. Drop something. Talking about this. I started playing
it. I know you don't like it.
Started playing this version, the Insane Trilogy version, and I'll be honest. Right, I've said everyone who's on my stream it knows exactly what I'm going to say because I kept saying it over and over again because I've been crazy. I went into this thinking it would be easy. I honestly did.
Why did you think it was easy?
Because it's a remake. It's a cartoony game. It's a platformer, and I was like, for some reason, I put it. I did actually think a bit like that. I thought it was like the way you see Spyro.
Spyro is apparently is very easy.
So I put them together, thinking it's very similar to that, and straight off the bat, I'm like, oh my god, like why is this so difficult? And this is the thing. I don't think it. I've said this so many times. People are like, "What's he saying this again?" My brain can't compute
the
perspective in the game. So when you jump over from one platform to the next, I always undershoot it because if the platform either most of the time looks really far away or close, it depends on when I'm jumping. So I always jump into a hole. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. I'm not like I'm a bad gamer of 3D games. Yeah, I play a lot more 2D games, to be honest. But I've beat like Mario 64 recently. I love Mario Galaxy, all the Mario games. It's not Mario, that's for sure. No. And obviously this is the new version of it. And there was loads of people telling me like there's loads of differences with this and the PlayStation 1. One of the things that like I'm so glad of compared to one because you got it and you did it 100% of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So if you die on this version, you get to retire the same level. But if you die on the original, you go back a few levels or something like that. There's some things like someone was saying that. Did you remember that?
I know the biggest thing that if you're trying to be a completionist on it and get all the boxes, the worst bit about the first game, I don't know about on that one because I didn't pick up on it. If you die and you've got like, say there's like 30 boxes and you get to a checkpoint and then you die, then previous 30 boxes are reset. So you can't get all the boxes.
It's ridiculous.
You have to do it in the perfect run, basically,
terrible.
to get all the boxes because all the boxes reset.
I mean, that's a challenge.
Or can't backtrack either. But it was a challenge, and I quite enjoyed the challenge. But one thing I will say, the level you were struggling on, the Aztec one, I admit as well, even on the PlayStation version, the two spears that go across that, I could not get my head around where they were. If I was that close to them or not. So I'm 100%.
And I would always say, like, the background behind that looks like it's really far away. And then as soon as you get past the spear, it's right there. And you're like, what? How does that make sense? And anyway, there was a bit where I had to jump on these platforms that are revolving. I'd always jump over it or jump under because it would not make sense.
Yeah.
And then I saw Shadow Clone Chris. He's really good at these games, to be honest. But he was playing the fourth one. And it's got this like yellow ring when you jump. And I was like,
it's really noticeable, isn't it? Really noticeable.
And you could say, you've got a shadow in this. But you really can't notice it.
You can't see a shadow in that one.
You can't see it, but it would really help if you see like where you're landing because I would just overshoot. I mean, in a new version as well. That feels like a quality of life thing, especially if it's in the fourth one.
The biggest thing I think from what I've heard and what I've experienced when I first played it, the biggest thing that makes that one more difficult than the one I've played. So I'm not going to say, I've 100%ed it. What's your problem, Steve? It's nothing to do with that, right? The biggest thing with the first one, it uses the jump mechanics of the second and third, which is less floaty. With the first game on PlayStation, you have room for error to adjust yourself in the air
because you're more floaty.
Kind of jump. It's a little bit more floaty. Gives you just enough time to correct yourself.
Yeah, you jump in like
that
a sack
one,
of
you
potatoes.
Don't get it.
Yeah, it's just like sudden boof straight away. Yes. So people have been saying that. That's why I wanted to weigh it like both sides because I can see where it would be harder on a PlayStation because of like the way they were saying about saves and all this stuff. And the bonus levels, if you do bonus level, you fail on the bonus level, you don't get to do it again on the PlayStation, apparently. Do you remember that?
The problem is, I've played all three,
and
they're all meshing together.
Yeah, there you go,
in each game, they massively improve things. I know in the later ones, if you die, you just keep coming back. you can keep going back to it. But in the first game, that's it. Yeah, that's right. If you die or if you fall in the hole on a bonus, that's it. Stuff. You've got to do the whole level again. But in the later games, if you die, you just restart again in that same bit.
Yeah, so they're taking the quality of life bit from the later games and put it in this one, but I haven't fixed everything. So one of the other issues, which I feel it's like a bug. So when you go through a level, and you pick up lives, if you die, those boxes with those lives don't contain lives anymore. Which is bizarre.
Because what it is, it's because you've played that level already and it's not reset the game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you click continue, it's like you're continuing another life, even though you got a game over.
But if you quit the game and come back in, those lives are in there. So you may as well, after you've died, don't press continue, quit the game, come back in, and then the lives. Because so it's punishing you for doing badly. It makes no sense to me because it should be giving you more lives. So,
instead, what they give you, because what they do is instead they give you, same on the PlayStation, if you're doing bad on a level, you get an extra mask. And when you kept saying on stream, because when you get the mask behind you, which is kind of like getting a mushroom in Mario, where it's a chance of an extra hit. When you get 3 masks, that's what creates the invincibility bit.
Yeah, I hate
that's what does it.
Hates that
because it gives you extra mask, and you start with a mask. So when you get an extra mask, you automatically get that. In later levels, you'll love that. But I did the exact same thing as you on the Aztec one. As soon as I got the invincible mask, I stood still. I went, no, I'm going to let it run out.
No, because I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's like you run faster. It feels like you do, and I'm like, okay, I'm only trying to get rid of the. I'm trying to get used to the physics already, and now you're making me a little bit faster for like a limited time.
Do you know what? Do you know what? You're not faster, but what it is, because you're flashing and you know you've got the extra bit of music gone quicker, it makes you want to rush for no apparent reason.
Does. Yeah, and that happens in Mario when you're the star. I do that.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, that's it. Exact same thing. And also, when you're flashing, it takes your focus off of the character, you know, and especially when trying to do precise jumping. And at that moment in time, invincibility really is not in a level that you need it.
No, it definitely isn't. So I will say, like, up until that Aztec level, I thought the game looked gorgeous. I mean, it is a gorgeous looking game, and I still can't, but I still think this is a great package for anyone who collecting Switch games.
And it's all there, all free on the games as well.
But when I got to Aztec level, I thought, for me personally, it's too dark. And as soon as you're playing with different planes and like looking at the back, and there's a bit right at the start of that Aztec level where you got to go to the back and get your mask and all that. And I'm like, where is he? You know what I mean? And then
the lighting isn't very good on the remake. In the original, it's dark, but it's quite. Again, you did a reference when you spoke about the original Tomb Raider. Yeah. Like certain sections look better in the OG graphics because they're not got fancy lighting physics.
No,
that's the problem.
It just means everything's lit in the old games, but now they try and make it atmospheric, but that gets in the way of the game. For the most part. So that's like, when I see it in this, I'm like, I can't see where I'm going, but well, at least it looks nice. But for me, it reminds me, I was trying to think of like what it is. It's kind of like a 3D version of Donkey Kong Country. That's what it feels like, compared not like a Mario. The way he jumps and everything like that, it's just like, woof. And it's just like, I mean, if Donkey Kong Country was 3D, God, my God, that would be tough. I've never played Donkey Kong 64, by the way, so I don't know if it plays like that.
It doesn't play like that at all. I can imagine.
But it feels like that, like the way you control Crash and everything. And it's so tough. It's such a tough game.
I will say that if I know that you're going to not play that for a little while longer now, but I would say, honestly, if you did enjoy a bit of Crash, but you're not enjoying the first one, I would honestly, I'd say move on to number 2. You'll probably enjoy that more because now you know what you know, and also you get extra. Again, they picked up from the mistakes in the first game. The first game is quite clunky because it's 3D, but it's not 3D.
Yeah,
and because remember, it was all a D-pad game.
Yeah, definitely.
And it kind of doesn't feel right. Number 2. They kind of learnt from their mistakes from the first game.
I suppose that a lot of the stuff they were kind of inventing as they gone,
it was really new.
I mean, I will say, like, I was enjoying it at the start, and then it got to that level, and I felt like it's hard to explain. I felt like I was trying my best, but it's like my mind couldn't gel with the way the level was set out and the jumps, and I was thinking, is it supposed to be like this? Because when I was originally and people saying, "Oh, it's a tough game," it's like, really, it seems all right. I didn't think that would be the issue. I thought it would be like
you thought it'd be rather too many enemies or
enemies and
whatever,
things like that. I didn't think it'd be like judging jumps because I like a platform game. I'm good. I think I'm generally good at platform games. I play a lot of them, but this one, it just like the judging jumps. It didn't make sense, and I don't know if like that's just generally a bad game mechanic or a game in the game because a lot of people seem to be all right with it. It didn't work for me, and I thought, I got to the end of the week and I was like, do I want to continue playing a game I'm probably not enjoying? And also, because I normally try and beat games, and I was thinking, but the way I'm playing this now, I'm getting like 5% every stream, if any. I was like, I'm going to be playing forever, and I was like, so many other games I want to move on to. And I was like, I might return to it. Because, like, to be honest, I got to the rope level today, and as much as that's tough,
Reach one,
but
you stayed an extra hour on to do that, so you must have enjoyed that one.
No, that one got its hooks in me because it's a simple go forward and learn, and I was like,
you want to know a secret of that level?
You're not gonna. You know what? I kept thinking, I bet you could just jump on the sides and run forward. Oh, I was saying this. I bet there's a cheat we can.
And everyone was going, no.
Yeah,
I will say, I didn't do that technique because getting the precise jump onto that rope, I lost so many lives.
Yeah.
I went, I can't be bold with this. I did the level the proper way, but what you do is if you get on that rope at the perfect angle, you can press forward and run all the way across. But you've got to get it right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You might spend more lives on trying to get on the rope at the perfect angle.
I was thinking that I bet that's a way of doing this, but it didn't make sense because every time I was jumping on it, I would jump right past it or jump up it, and it was like an invisible wall.
Precise, so you can do it, but it's very precise. And I don't like doing it that way because I actually got more frustrated with it. But again, like you, some reason because it's a linear level, and you're getting used to broken platform planks, other bits and pieces there. You learn each section of it. And
I got a bit addicted to that bit, even though there's like I still had the issue of judging like the range you've got to jump,
especially when you got small ones to jump.
I was like, it never, and I'd get really far, and then I'd make a really stupid mistake, and I was like, well, in my mind, that was like where I was supposed to jump, and I was like, and I'm questioning like if I really do because I feel like I'm doing well, and then I'm questioning it, and I was like, oh god. But again, it's not a bad game. It's like. And now I know what the Crash Bandicoot's like, and if I return to it, I'll know what to expect. But
then I want to. Now you've been playing it. I've got that collection, but I never got around to playing it because I wanted to play the original one.
I'd love you to have a go, even off stream or whatever. Just have a go off stream and just like let me know what your thoughts on it, and because you've got a direct comparison now. So
because the problem is, I played a different version to you, and you might play the PlayStation one. And I'm like, oh my god, this is so much easier. This is so much easier. But then I'm gonna. It's got me. I'm blowing the dust off my cartridge.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
Someone
play
did say that the dev for it said it was harder than the original. That's what they said because of that thing we just mentioned. And
it's because the jump mechanic is the biggest thing for me. But I mean, when you do, even if you don't want to go back to verse 1 for a long time, as I said, jump into number 2 and 3, and I bet you'll enjoy them a lot more.
Saying yeah, I know, but you know what I'm like, and I don't know what you're like. If I said that to you, you'd be like, "Oh, I've got to be the first one." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that's what that's why I started doing. Well, I did that when I had the Insane one. I played a bit of it when I first got it, and I never played Crash Bandicoot. Absolutely hated it after like the third level. I couldn't do it, and then I tried to play a bit of the second for like 2 levels, and I went, nah, it feels wrong really? On the Insane Trilogy one. So that's why I thought, right, I'm going to play the original trilogy. And and even though I know 2 and 3 are better, but luckily I stuck with number 1 first.
Yeah.
But the worst bit about them ones, though, if you 100% it, you have to backtrack, which means you come back towards the camera that you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
And that it's horrible.
I don't want that. I love collectibles and games, but I don't want to do it to the fact where I'm not enjoying it. There's definitely a barrier.
I only did it because I literally enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, you enjoyed it
more.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done it otherwise. I wouldn't have done it like that. No,
it was quite interesting because the amount of people who were actually coming in saying, "Oh, I stopped after like the 3rd level." Like you just said, I was like, that's how far I got, and I didn't like it. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." It's like,
Danny quit on that platforming level. You have to keep spinning stuff around and stuff like that.
Oh god, that one that was really long.
She such a long level. Danny gave up. She went, no, she actually was proper raging when she. I know she don't rage too hard, but when she did, she was so angry. I mean, I can't play it anymore. She
I
actually.
wonder what the issue was. It was the same thing with jumps and things. Was that some kind of thing?
Do you know what? I'd have to ask her. I didn't actually ask her, but I remember getting so frustrated. She went no, and she ain't been back to it since.
The amount of like people love Crash Bandicoot. The amount of new people have had them come in this week from even YouTube and that saying, "Oh, I love Crash Bandicoot," blah blah blah. But it's just, I'm sad it hasn't resonated with me in the way I wish it would have done. But never say never. I've got the whole.
If you get a chance to play the OG ones,
I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. I mean, I don't know. God, I wish all these games were available online. Like the OG PlayStation should have a PlayStation Network online. The way Xbox has the Game Pass thing.
Well, they have kind of a PlayStation Now as classic stuff on there. And
is that
I don't know how it works.
Can you access that online and just plug a controller in? Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm not in that world anymore.
Oh, the other thing you could do is get yourself a cheap PlayStation Classic.
Oh, I've got that. Is it on there?
Have you got one? It's on there, I think.
Oh, is it? All right, fair enough. I've got one of them.
I think it's on there.
It's literally up there, yeah.
Oh, you got one. There you go.
That
saved you some money.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like the first one. It's got to be on there. I don't know now. I'm second guessing myself.
Do you know what, I think it is on there. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. God, well, I've actually
maybe on the slide, try it out a little bit and just see. Because the first level, see how it feels.
Yeah. But it's weird because I'm going to do another stream of Super Mario 64 soon to do some of the harder stars.
Yes,
I'm really looking forward to that because I got into the rhythm of that. It's still hard. Super Mario 64 is tough, I think.
I couldn't resonate with that one either for a while.
Yeah, and I love that game now. I think it's brilliant. It's just like I love the challenge of it, and it's a really tough jump. But there's like a lava level, and there's one of those where you get at the start. Oh my god! And you just lava a bit, and you go. But there's something about coming back, and like that. And I feel
you could just jump back into it when you want to,
and it feels like that's achievable.
Yeah,
in the Nintendo way. But Crash Bandicoot, I don't know. Anyway, should we move on to some news?
Yeah, but what is a segue for you? So So playing these games does make you a little bit hungry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And all about food.
Yeah.
The article bit. And you might
Farming.
want to eat something. You could eat. Oh, right. I moved all stuff around. I moved all around.
Oh, you moved this around? Oh, you moved around.
Well, yeah, farming's food as well.
I thought you saw one had already queued up. Yeah. Well.
Oh no, Oh
well, we'll do this one. Oh yeah, I had this ready before we start moving around. So yeah, talking of food.
Yeah. Talking of food, farming,
crops. Yeah. You can eat
crops,
like animals
cereal.
And crops.
There you go.
So we probably shouldn't have started with this one, to be honest, because it's the most exciting. But whatever. There's people out there, Plunger, who bloody love farming simulator games.
Yeah, do you know what? I do not get a fascination with them. Other than watching someone play and having a chat with them is very chill.
Yeah,
but playing it myself, I have no interest.
No, not me neither. I mean, I always think of was it Farmville, the Facebook one, where people will just invite you to their farms or whatever.
Oh, man, that. Wow.
That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that. But what's this? A 16-bit?
So I thought this was like an April Fool's prank.
Okay,
but it's not. It's literally they've demade. They're demade, and it's by the original people. They've demade Farming Simulator for Mega Drive and Genesis.
Do you know what this looks like though? It looks like what's his name? Desert Strike.
He does actually. Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, Desert Strike, and they're just like, oh wait.
Yeah, you got little people running around and you hit them over with the tractor. Like,
can you imagine being a kid and your mum going, I've got you that Desert Strike you wanted, and you get it, and it's actually this. Yeah. Oh no! I mean, okay, and people who made this game, I'm not attacking it. It's just not my type of game. I'll be honest.
No,
I feel unfair, but there are going to be people who love this kind of thing. I mean, I play Stardew Valley. It's kind of like similar to that, isn't it? Retro style. Yeah. I mean, it's cool that they've done this though, but yeah, people love all these.
I didn't think this was a real thing. I thought it's like fake, but it's on proper cart. And also, not only they brought it out, it's also on cartridge as well.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that makes us want to get it. And you see the pictures there. Damn it! As soon as you see that, that's like
look, see, mate, you need that in your Mega Drive collection.
Oh, that does look good in there, doesn't it?
I know, yeah. I was thinking about it, and I'm like,
God, that looks
I could get the ROM on my Mega Drive, but
imagine popping that into your Mega Drive.
But then I wonder if it'd be that sort of game where you want to play a game, but you don't want to be stressed out, and you want to literally sit back with a cup of tea. With a quilt on a cold day, get the Mega Drive on, and you want to just do a bit of this. Maybe it could be that sort of game.
No, I mean it could be, I'm going to say though there are a million other games that I could actually sit there with a cup of tea and a quilt, and play. Again, not knocking this. Obviously, got its audience, and it looks. I mean, the work that's gone in this is incredible. Obviously,
And also, you have to read the manual because it doesn't really hold your hand. Because who was it? I saw someone play a bit of it, just jumped into it, and he didn't have a clue what he was doing.
Are there any sim games like this that you like, or you kind of, if you had the time, you would put some time into it?
I would like to go back to SimCity 2000 on the PC.
Yeah.
I really.
I think that's
really
cheating. No, I think SimCity ones. I think okay. I like SimCity.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ones where you've got to do a job. One where you've got to do one particular job. I think for me, as you're thinking about, I like the train one because I kind of a bit geeky about trains in a way, or I could get geekier. So I can imagine like in the train. And I remember getting buying it on Steam. I think one of the train simulator ones.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then seeing the amount of DLC for it.
Oh, Transport Tycoon.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was like that. And the amount of DLC was just, and I counted up, and it was going into the thousands. I was like, God, oh my God. And I was like, okay. I don't think I'm going to get into this. I know it was all this and the people on the train and the track. And I was like, I know different destinations. And I was like, I'm not getting into this because it's like getting into Warhammer or something like that, but with like, you know, digital trains. But that'd be the one I'd kind of get into. I think it's chill out and just go on a destination.
I would like to I've never played it because I didn't know what I was doing. Like theme park or something like that.
I think that's cheating again. I think you've got to choose. Yeah, that's like managing a whole park. I mean, of course.
You're talking about fun. Like these simulators, like
or just make one
car mechanic simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that sort of thing.
Postman, post office guy. Postman.
There probably is one. There's one of literally almost everything. Mm-hmm. There's one that you could build a PC.
Oh, is there?
It's a PC simulator. You get the graphics card.
Do you know what? I think I've seen that. Do you know what? That's pretty good. If it gets like actual new stuff in there, I mean, they probably do to sponsor the new stuff. But that's good because you'd learn how to do it. I like that.
It's quite an old one. That's been around for a long time. That one, but
educational anthem.
There you go. Our PC simulator.
All right, we can have that. I mean, that seems like cool. All right. So, okay, going from that. Oh, I see what you've done. So, what was your segue? Do you want to go from this? Let's see if you can segue
when you're doing a lot of farming and gaming, and you're like, I've had a cup of tea. Yeah. You know what I fancy with that cup of tea?
What?
A donut.
A donut.
Not just any donut. I think you want one that's kind of video game themed. What's a classic? Pac Man.
Pac Man is on the screen. Okay, I saw this the other day and I was doing rounds on social media. I will say this before anyone gets really excited about this. By the way, I don't know if it's in the UK.
Do you know what? I have to check my one because some of them are, some of them are not.
Which means some of the Pac-Man ones or some of the...
Oh, no, it's some of these special editions. I've seen special editions in America.
We got the Ghostbusters ones last year, which was made up of. So we got the Ghostbusters one over here.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. That's the one I saw before.
And even though I'm like, technically kind of like on a weird diet at the moment, like, I'm like, oh...
Your tweet was, there goes a diet.
Yeah, there goes a diet. Because I'd have to get one of these. I mean, it's like it's only a donut. People go, it's only a donut with something. But you know what? We're geeks. We're
and it's Instagrammable. You could be holding it.
You got to take a photo with it, of course.
Oh yeah. Which one's your favourite?
Look at the size of that. It's huge. Didn't expect it to be huge on the screen. Okay.
Whoa.
I kind of
need a donut.
I think that one's the best because it's got the ghosts on it, and it's the most. That was the one you'd know it's Pac-Man. I think the others.
The ring donut for me, Pac-Man going around it.
Oh man, that's good. So this is Team Ghost donut. Okay, we're obviously advertising Krispy Kremes at this point, aren't we? We're not sponsored. An unglazed shell donut filled with rich chocolate flavored cream. Chocolate donut. With sleek black icing and Pac-Man inspired maze design.
Oh, what word in sleek black icing?
I know, yeah, exactly. What's the bit?
You're going to that's so sleek.
I was wondering what that is, little pebble or something, but that must be chocolate cream coming out with it.
Oh, right.
Because the way they do, have you ever seen how they make the donuts? Because if you go to one of the cafes, the one in Manchester actually, you can go to the cafe and you can see how all the donuts are made at the side. It's amazing. You can see them on the conveyor belts. And
the first Krispy Kreme that opened near us had a giant glass window of the and it showed them going
all of them.
through.
Yeah, it was cool actually. But yeah, that's good. I'd have one of these. This one, I feel like
looks a bit random. That one, I know it's meant to be the fruit, isn't it?
Yeah,
that you
but I think if you had that, you wouldn't know it's a Pac Man one.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, unless you get the box with them all in. I mean, some people will do that, I guess.
Ooh, collectible, the box, collectible.
Oh my god, collectible! Oh damn it!
God,
well, power up. Listen to this. Power up your taste buds with this unglazed shell donut filled with a burst of strawberry flavored cream. Dipped in vibrant and red icing with white sprinkles. Oh, the white sprinkles sound good.
To be fair, it sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing. What's the green bit? What's the green bit? Complete look. It's crowned with green leaf icing. Oh my
God. Taste of green.
The taste of green. Yeah, I love that. I don't like this. I mean, I know you do that to show the cream, but it does look a bit weird.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's like doing a little poop. Okay, this does look good.
That one's my favourite.
It does look
even
good.
though you don't get as much donut.
No, that's the thing with it. Do you think are these ones cheaper because they're like you don't get the hole in the donut?
I don't know. They're all the same prices.
Yeah. Get ready to celebrate with the original glazed donut, piped with vibrant yellow buttercream flavoured icing and sprinkled with festive celebration sprinkles, adding a burst of colour and fun. To top it all off, a playful Pac-Man piece sits proudly, ready to join the party. It's time to power up and enjoy the ultimate Pac-Man party.
I wonder if they use AI to describe that, or if they actually make the. You know what I mean, it's very AI.
So we're off to Birmingham on Sunday for this gaming market, which we should get some. Mention. I wonder if they will sell them there. I mean,
if we can find them,
if they're able now, you know. So they. Oh my god, look at the boxes.
Oh, you need that box, look.
You do need that box.
We saw people go in and go, can we get just the box as well? And we're like, why do you want a box? Just want the box.
What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us?
From the same people that own Turtle Pizza Hut boxes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. For a second then, I thought they were all different boxes because they had different coloured
different ghosts
on there, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. It's because that lid's open and the lids are shut.
But
it looks on the front that you get like little maze in the front. Obviously, to show the donuts off. I would. So if you get one, you get the ring one.
Yes.
I think I'll get the chocolate cream one.
But then, annoyingly, the strawberry one sounds the nicest to me.
It does actually sound the nicest, yeah.
But it's not the one that I would want to go.
No, I want to take a picture. Yeah, I want to be like one of those people.
Share the fun. I want them people.
Share the fun. Oh, there's the box. Oh, that's pretty good. Do not put it on your arcade. do
yeah, it might melt. Yeah, don't leave it there if you
get away. I mean, it's getting in the way, but it looks cool. Also available aesthetically. So we don't know because all those places are American. On the Walmart
it's random what ones we get, but I don't have a dedicated Krispy Kreme's place near us. All ours is built into a Tesco's.
Oh, that's what we should mention because when you came, you actually last time we talked, you were planning to come to Liverpool, and you've come to Liverpool now. And we haven't mentioned that.
Yeah,
we haven't talked about that. But did you even see you had a little Krispy Kreme? Did you see the little Krispy Kreme place in town?
Yeah, I did. We went past it. I didn't think
that's where I got a Ghostbusters one last year. There. So I might actually check there. Actually, don't know when next time I'll be there, but I will check if they've got them there. They've got one in the station as well. But yeah, it was good. When you came to the pool, it was great, wasn't it?
I had a really, really good time. We had perfect weather for it, really, because we had a heat wave on like the day before. I'm glad we didn't because we did like 14,000 steps with being company, and that was. But overall there was an absolutely lovely day there, and it really helped us going around the day, and then for the next day for the convention we knew where we were going.
Oh, that's good.
We knew exactly where we were going.
Yeah, because I got a picture from you the next day where you were at where did you go? The thingy market, the Baltic market.
Yeah, we went there after the convention. We want to go for something to eat, and Danny, because Danny he's on the diet, and when we went there, and then you had the pizza. Danny was like, "I really want pizza. I really want pizza."
Yeah, so good.
And I went, I don't know if I fancy pizza. I don't care. She went, "Oh, we'll get pizza. You do something else then." So
it's good, isn't it? You can get a bit of. Was it packed when you went there the next day? Because it gets to get busy, doesn't it?
Do you know what was really annoying? They had the music really low. I wish it was that when we were there, so we could hear each other talking properly. It was really low, and it was quite busy for a Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
But we found a table pretty easily, but it was busy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where we went is a good little seat, and there's enough there for like anyone, isn't it? Really, you can get anything there. There's a bit of a variety. Let's say
It
you
was
get teas and drinks
absolutely
and stuff.
brilliant there. Really liked there, and then we didn't go back. I wanted to go back to
The Red Brick Market.
Yeah, and Daddy would let me.
Oh, well, I kind of like we were both getting kind of told off because we went to the well. Here's the thing, guys. Right, we went to a video shop in the Red Brick Market. It's an indoor market, and there's a bit in there where they sell videos. And we both don't collect VHS. We
don't collect.
We don't do it now. Anyway, I was saying, mate, I can't take you there because I'll buy stuff. At the moment, I'm a bit skint. I can't go there. I will buy videos. It's just
You've just been on holiday. You know what I mean?
I know. And then he's like, "Well, please, Steve. Why don't you take me there? Because I've come all the way from where I've come from." And I was like, "Oh." Yeah. And he was like, "Please." And he's talking on me like that. Because he's just like down there for some reason.
A t-shirt.
Yeah, please. And I talk to him and I'm like, "Okay, you can throw you in there." And then I actually bought, we both bought, I have to tell that story.
Yeah.
But, so we found Masters of the Universe, which you can see here on here.
I can't get to mine. I'd have to get up.
Got it on my shelf
but
there.
It's up there somewhere. You can't see it. But
obviously, I collect a lot of He-Man stuff, and no matter what you think about the movie or whatever, I would need to be in my collection. And so Plunger was like, "Oh, Steve, you need this." Going, "Oh," and then you said the worst words you can say. "Oh, if you're not gonna get it, I'll get it." And at those moments, I looked down and I was like, "Oh, look, here's another copy."
And you were like, "Oh."
Uh-oh. And as soon as you've got one, you're like, it opens the floodgates, doesn't it? You're like, well, if I'm getting one.
While I'm here.
I might not be here again.
I restrained myself. I was looking at other ones and I'll put them back. I did.
I know, you did, but when did you get?
I ended up getting Suburban Commando, Master Universe, and... Kickboxer 2.
Yeah, Kickboxer 2, which was like, it was actually a bargain for like £2.
It's £2 for that one.
Good. All mine went, but I imagine getting a bit of a deal at the end, which was, thanks for Josh, and he's amazing, but I got like...
it's all went to him. You know who I am. Oh, hello, Mr. Go.
He's lovely, isn't he? Absolutely
lovely guy.
Lovely guy.
The only thing I'm a bit annoyed about for both of us, why didn't we film there? Why didn't we film in there?
I know. I made we got a photo.
He would have been cool with it, wouldn't he?
If you're on YouTube, check out the post on YouTube or check out the Instagram. It's on the photos on there. It was there. But we should have made a video. Like if you come down to Liverpool again, we'll do the same thing and mix a video with them. That'll be quite good. But anyway, going from that to, have you got a segue you can do for this next one?
So after, but then when thing is though, with donuts, you get really sticky fingers and you got to clean up your hands afterwards. Yeah. Because after that, after you've eaten that, you think, right, I've played Farming Simulator. Now I want to play something a bit more modern or try out my new Switch 2. And the best way to do that as well is you think, I don't want to use both controllers for a minute. So, you want to load your game up by using them out.
The longest segue known to man.
So,
you could have said something like, do you know what? I love eating donuts, but it leaves crumbs everywhere. And every time you get crumbs, you get rats. You know what's associated with rats? Mice. There you go. Could have went that way.
It's your podcast.
We'll see. We'll see who could do the best segue.
Yeah. But the only thing with this bit, I didn't include the second part because there's two parts to it. Is that using the mouse on the homepage, also using the old Joy-Cons. But I'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. So with this bit of news, you can. It's been confirmed that you can use the Switch's mouse controls on the Switch 2 home menu. Which is pretty cool, but I didn't even think this was a thing, to be honest. I mean, I didn't even think of it. I didn't even think about it.
Then you kind of think, well, it's not really anything crazy that you might want to do, but the idea of being able to do that, and the reason, because I couldn't find the original videos to this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they'll pop up again.
God.
I couldn't find the videos because I found out the reason why we're not seeing these videos on YouTube because they're posting them on that Nintendo
now
today,
whatever it is. Yeah.
That's why we're not seeing, because I kept thinking, are these legit? Because they look official, but anyone could have like come up with that. But then I found out all this stuff was coming from their like newsy app.
I did see one yesterday on there. I think it was yesterday, and it's like, and I don't know if we got on the news, but the Mario Kart binoculars. So in Mario Kart, you can drive around, you can go to these giant binoculars, and you can actually use them. So you can use in Mario Kart, you can use these giant binoculars that look like a statue. No one knew what they were, or kind of guess them. and then you can like look around the world, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know about that one.
They showed that in the Nintendo. It's worth getting the app, isn't it?
I need to look at that more often.
we
I forget it exists. That's the problem.
But I'll be honest, this is way more interesting in a way
Yeah.
because it shows you how we could potentially be using the Switch too. So you can see, like, he uses the hand to move around the thing. Could you see yourself doing this? Or do you think
the only thing I find most bizarre with it is that it's very loud, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Clicking,
I'm getting no audio on it. Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah, that's right. But basically, I like the idea of it because it'd be good to. The only things I find very bizarre is that I understand why they haven't done it, but the Switch, this previous Switch and this one doesn't have a browser. But now this is the perfect time to have a browser, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. But I'm sure they could have started like looking because I don't think Twitch works on there now and things like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you do weirdly use a browser because when you want to connect to a public Wi-Fi, you actually open up a web page.
Yeah, the only issue with that is that it opens up security issues for people to like do crazy things or pirate and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's not available now. But I just found it bizarre they didn't create some sort of lockdown or some sort of social media thing to use with it, so you can browse stuff with it.
But the mad thing about the browser thing is that I think the eShop runs through its own browser, and that's why it's so slow because it loads up all those images. It's like because it's a browser loading up all those images, and that's why it's super slow. That's why. I'm hoping this time around the eShop gets like a dedicated app, a proper app.
Yeah, so you want to browse through the page just to look at stuff, but because it's loading, you're like, I can't be bothered now.
I wonder how much Nintendo has lost from not having a good eShop. Because people just give up because you can't bother like loading. It probably lost so much money. It's like
you're only searching for stuff that and that's
it. When Steam changed to the kind of algorithm-based searches, or just presenting you with games that you might like, I wonder, like, that must have done really well for them. Because
it's amazing. It's even when I just sometimes go on and browse stuff. It's like whenever they have big sales on, I find the Steam sales are so well organised.
Yeah, it's so good. And if Nintendo should do the same thing, where if they've got a sale on, don't just do the same layout as you normally do, as your normal shop. Make it kind of like, based on these games that you play, you might like this, or these are all of your wish list, and all of these are on sale. Put all the wish list ones together,
But apparently, they are altering the eShop to be an algorithm of what. How they do it again? They're not doing it from a cheap game that sells loads. It's from some sort of rating system. I don't know how they're doing it. So instead of like having a game that's like 49p. That load people bought in is just shovelware. That stuff won't be pushed to the front anymore.
Oh, so that stuff already, because they have like the charts, don't they, currently? To be honest, I check the charts a lot because I think if a lot of people are buying a certain game that's being on offer, I tend to do that. But I guess they're gonna have. I wonder. Is it from user ratings? Can you rate?
It's going to be something like that. It's going to be not down to the sales that's going to make it the popular option because obviously you could sell a game for 50p. Someone else said the game 40 quid, which is 10 times better.
Yeah,
but you're going to probably see more people will just go, "Oh, go on in. I'll just buy this."
That's true. Right, let's go to another bit of news. Let's have a look. See if you can do a segue for this one.
And while you're looking through the browser of the eShop, you might go, I remember an old classic.
Do you know what? That'll do. I can't think of a better one.
I can't do it anymore.
I can't think of a better one. That's good.
There you go.
So we are probably the only podcast who talk about the Gex release and aren't really bothered about getting the Gex release, which is weird. I'm more interested in this Mario Kart Lego that's being presented right now.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it. Oh, yeah. It's like added
I really want that Lego set. So this is the Gex trilogy. So what's the news?
The reason why I've added it in, there's a special edition coming out that comes with an inflatable mascot as well. I think it has a picture of it all there.
I know. I've seen.
Imagine owning that collection.
I do like the look of that. I do like it. Is funny. My worry now is, my worry about before, I didn't really like the look of Gex. I mean, I know a lot of people like it. Will it play like Crash Bandicoot?
I know. That's I said I own some of them, but I can't remember which ones I
play.
own. I've never played them.
I think if you're going to play one, I think the first one's probably the one to play, isn't it? I think the other ones will go all 3D. The first one's like a 2D, 3D kind of mashup, isn't it?
Yeah. But the only thing I think is the most interesting thing about geeks that I know of in America, Japan, and Europe, we have different voices for the geeks character.
Yeah.
Which is really unusual. We ain't got the same voice.
I think it's a comedian, is that you have in America. Yeah, it's a difference, isn't it? I mean, it's a lot of stuff you get with it, and I do like a lot of stuff. I always think it's funny when you see trading cards because you don't never trade your collectible trading cards with anyone.
No, you can go, got that, and you just put it in a case, and it falls out. You go, I've got
box will look nice. I mean, if I had infinite money, I'd be like definitely buying this.
I do like the statue though. The little statue's quite cool. That look great on.
Yeah, I would get it.
But then say like me, I love Croc, but I know a lot of people probably think Croc crap. You know what I mean? But I mean, if Gex was my game and this sort of set came out,
there's gonna be people who are massive Gex fans. You know, totally.
Yeah, there will be.
Fan them for all of these things. I just think it's mad though because a lot of these games that weren't like. I mean, I suppose it got loads of sequels, but there's another game we can talk about in a minute. We can definitely go on about. Actually, I don't know if it's on the list. But like a lot of these games I never thought were like that popular back in the day. But now, years later, maybe you just got a bit more nostalgia for them, and then you get like release. I wouldn't, when this came out years ago, I would never think in a million years it'd get like this kind of release.
Nor did I. I thought it was a bit of a sort of one. I know there was a few of them, but I kind of thought they just got released and that was it and moved on. It didn't feel like it was people had real like. Real, not just nostalgia, but massive like fondness of them.
Right, I know because you put it at the bottom, I think, and I'm trying to find it. I don't know if we deleted it, but there was a Bubsy.
Oh no, it's there.
I'm going to get it. Yeah, because I think that's collectible. It's a collectible condition, isn't it? So let's have a look at that as well. We look at Gex. So here's the thing, because Bubsy is your game. Well, the first one at least.
The first one is I've never played. I own a second on Mega Drive. I don't own 3D because I know how bad it is, but I would love to get it if it was super cheap. But
yeah,
and that's it. And I haven't played any of the because there's been like 3 or 4 newer versions of the game since then.
Yeah, I like this poster. I like this poster. It reminds me of like a magazine poster.
Yeah,
from the 90s or something. So I do like that. Yeah, you've had like other versions of Bubsy. Is that Bubsy on the Game Boy? Have we talked about that before?
Yeah, it's on the Game Boy. It's on the Jaguar. I don't expect it. It's
God. Bubsy on the Game Boy is going to be terrible. Can you imagine the leaps of faith in that in a Game Boy game?
It'd be zoomed in. Yeah.
Oh my God. That'll be so.
And I bet it won't have any saves or anything.
No. Do you know what though? Because Bubsy is like, I mean, I don't know if Gex has been like this. Bubsy's one of those games that people vote on you to play on your stream, so you can go through some agony. Especially Bubsy 3D is definitely the poster child.
Oh, that is one of the ones where people,
people do for the day. But I don't know. And what's the collectible with this? Does it say?
I can't remember. I just saw Bubsy collection. I can't remember what it said now.
Two bushes coming up. So it says. Anyway, there's full game list revealed. Okay.
It's a full list of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Bubsy in Fractured Fairy Tales. So the Atari Jaguar one. Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Kind. That's the one we all know. Most people will know. Bubsy 2 Game Boy. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yes, Sega Genesis. Okay, I thought it was only the Game Boy version. Yeah, but it's the one that.
Both versions.
And Bubsy 3D. Wait a minute. There's been a Bubsy since then. Another one.
There's been 3 more.
Yeah, so
I don't know why they're just re-releasing the originals because the other ones are separate buys on the eShop.
If it was the Perfect collection, wouldn't you think? I mean, oh my God, are they not going to release a second one? Are they?
Volume 2, probably. It might be. I don't know. Maybe I don't know because I think originally it's Acclaim owned Bubsy.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's a case with the newer ones. Might be by different devs, and that's why it's not part of the collection.
There was a time where this mascot games were just everywhere, and they were just trying the best all over. And I feel like it's coming back a little bit with what's that one on the PlayStation everyone loved? PlayStation 5.
Oh, Astrobot.
Astrobot. That kind of felt like a return to that. Characters. And I don't mind that. Yeah, I think like they could work again, and because they've had a bit of a break over the years, they could bring this kind of thing back. But I don't know about Bubsy. I need to play the first one properly and have an opinion. But I feel like I played enough of it when I was a kid No, and
You
that I
can put
didn't
his
like it.
passwords. There's passwords.
Yeah, but I know the last level you don't get a password for it. It's like something like that, and I think that would destroy me having to go through 5
You can
levels.
get hold of one. It doesn't give you it, but there is a password online
Oh,
for
is
it.
there? Oh, well, I
Yeah.
could do it that way. Just to
So that'd
experience
be
the game.
fine. It's just that one touch death, and
Yeah.
unlike Crash Bandicoot, you can't get anything that stops you from getting a second hit. There's nothing to get a second hit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's just instant death.
Okay, talking about collections. Yeah, this is so great. Really quick. Tomb
Okay.
Raider 4, 5, and 4 and 5. Wait a minute, what? Oh, sorry, 4 and 6. Oh, 4, 5, and 6. 4,
4, 5,
6.
6. It's
Yeah, yeah.
random, isn't it?
So this is because we've been wondering when it's coming on Switch.
Yeah.
So it's getting a physical version on June 15th. That's not too far, is it? You can pre-order it. It's not a limited run, is it?
Yeah, it's good. It's your favourite company.
It's not limited run.
I think it's limited run.
Oh, it's a limited run last. But
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But then saying that, there's been a couple of times when limited run have got it for America, but in like Europe, we've had strictly limited and maybe some others that.
But it makes no sense because we've
Have we got the other one's physical, isn't it? You got the first set.
haven't we? Isn't this already? I'm sure I was in Smith's the other day and I saw this on the shelf. Is it already out on physical?
Oh,
Maybe this is like in America or something. I'm pretty sure I saw it in Smith's.
Oh, I don't know. I've not been in. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I'm thinking like, why? Because the first collection was freely available after a while.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't limited run. So maybe it's already over here. The standard physical
Maybe
edition
it's for America. Oh, I didn't check on that.
So
Because you was playing the original trilogy,
yeah,
physical version. It's nice to see that there's that one as well.
I mean, unless
I'm
the
not
one in
feeling
the shops is
something.
just like a code and box thing, you never know. The collector's edition will be available on the run website, $80 or your regional equivalent. Oh,
They are bringing out a special edition box because on the original PC releases, they came in really strange shaped boxes.
there you go.
They were like triangle. That's it, yeah. But basically, that weird shaped box on the left hand side, that's how the original PC ones come in.
Nice. Oh, do you know
Unless
what? That's
you know.
Nice photo, that isn't it? With all the stuff.
It does look cool, doesn't it?
I really enjoyed the first game, and I love playing it like the way they've done it. Obviously, I know we're talking about controls, and we have the debate about that. But I love the way I can switch between the new, the new and old. I mostly played the old when I played the first game, but it was nice to go into the new one as well. It was just and there's like some quality of life things with the saving and all. I just made it more fun. It's like the soundtrack, but
definitely not a fan version.
Yeah. I'm gonna get I'm just gonna get a standard version of the game anyway. I mean, at some point, just get the physical edition. I'm sure. Maybe it was the first collection. I might be completely wrong. I did look.
I haven't. To be fair, where I live now, the only shop we've got is CEX.
Yeah,
games closed down. We've got no other game shops where I live. So.
Oh, I see. I could probably just look on the Smith's website now, but you know, whatever. Let's have a look. What was your next bit of big news? So. I can't believe this. After I said that, you know, all the news in order of importance, and Gex Collection was third.
Because we talk about it so much, and I just thought, you know.
I know. Oh, we did mention the Echo and the Dolphin, but there's not much to show about Echo the Dolphin.
So, no, it's worth mentioning, but we don't know.
It's worth mentioning. Echo the Dolphin's coming back. They're remastering all the old ones, all two, and they're bringing a new Echo the Dolphin game out next year, and they've got a countdown website on the EchoTheDolphin.com or whatever.
Do you know what? I honestly did not. You know, you said about bringing out like Gex Collection, all that sort of stuff. I honestly thought like I didn't think they would remake Echo Dolphin.
No,
in a million years. I just thought because it's such. It's nothing wrong with the game. I used to play it as a kid and I hated it because I didn't know what I was doing. And I just thought, oh, you know, I'm not sure what to do with it.
I think it was massive for the Mega Drive / Genesis when it first came out because
it was massive. Yeah, they showed all the advertisements.
Big title. It looked great, and it was just very different compared to what was available elsewhere. So it was big for Sega. It was like a really good title for them, and it was kind of an adult title as well, and also I suppose it connected with like people thinking about like the oceans and all that stuff.
Yeah, very environmental because the Mega Drive went down that road with Global Gladiators and a couple of others, and also the actual history. I won't talk about now, but the history of Echo the Dolphin is amazing. Like the actual how it came about is really bizarre. Yeah, but that's I
remember listening to not podcast. There's an audio book of, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Sega versus Nintendo.
Yeah.
and they made a documentary about it, and the actual audiobook is so long, it's like 20 hours, but it's done in a dramatic way and talks about the whole
Oh,
equity
okay, I haven't
golfing
listened
thing,
to that one yet.
and it's very, very good book. I'd recommend it. Right, so going from that, and I want you to talk about this because I never had a Saturn, and so it was 30 years ago the Saturn came out, but it's one of those things where everyone's talking about the Saturn now because it's his birthday, and I feel like I missed out.
I didn't have a Saturn when I was younger because it felt like the console that was like the Ferrari. It felt like an adult console that was, and at the time, excuse me, at the time it was very expensive, and the way I got to play it, I recommend a friend, mate's cousin who had his own flat because obviously I was at school, so go around someone else's house who wasn't their parents and they have their own place, and all that lot. And he had a 30-inch, 32-inch TV, a Sega Saturn with Daytona, and I remember seeing that, and it blew my mind. I went, "It's like this arcade in your."
So with the Saturn, was it the selling point? Was it kind of arcade perfect?
It was meant to be, yeah. Basically, it was like having an arcade machine at home. That was the biggest sell on it. But the sad thing was the Saturn was known for doing amazing 2D games. 3D was kind of like added, but not as fully utilized with what it had on the architecture of it. And that's why some of the things have got very strange pop-ins, like when I was doing Tomb Raider, I had strange pop-ins and stuff.
Oh, God, yeah. I forgot you were playing Tomb Raider on that.
Yeah.
Which was not a really good example for the system, was it?
It really struggled on the Saturn, but it had some amazing ports on it and some games that are still only available on the Saturn, like Bug 1 and 2, Clockwork Knight 1 and 2.
Oh, God, yeah, I've always wanted to play that. That looks great.
Do you know what? I've got both. The first one I've played through, loved it, and it actually came out before Toy Story came out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you kind of think, it's ripping off Toy Story. It was actually out before then.
Before it, yeah.
And it's obviously, there's some amazing games for it. It was just, it had a very strange release. It kind of got, it came out, but it came out a bit of a strange time. It got pushed out too early than it should have done, and sadly, this and you got the Dreamcast kind of tried to pick up the pieces from the Saturn. But in Japan, the Saturn is huge. Over here, I knew literally, as I said, one person who owned one.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, because you kind of replace your kind of memories with stuff from now. I don't think I even knew it existed back in the day. I think it was out for that short time that I remember the Dreamcast coming out and going, "Oh, that's the new one."
That's fair enough. I literally only knew about it because I used to get the odd Sega magazine.
Crazy,
I had a dedicated Sega Saturn magazine. But I mean, like, I've only really had one about 10 years ago now, which is obviously a long time, but not as long as it. And I literally just got a very good deal online ages ago for it, and because I always wanted one, but it was always an unattainable console. It was so expensive.
How expensive then? So how are these quite expensive to buy now? And how much are the games?
You know what? I don't actually know how much it costs now, but when I got my Saturn 10 years ago, it was £50 with 5 games.
Oh my God! Are
the including postage, but it's not that now. I think it's probably.
What about the games then? Do you know how much the games go around?
Some of the games are really cheap because a lot of common ones like Daytona, super common. Sega Rally, ones that it's kind of like seeing.
So they're the ones I would say Sega Rally definitely would want to get because it's just a classic, isn't it? Absolute classic.
But there are some really expensive ones on there.
I've got the console in the loft. I think that the battery needs replacing because you can't save on it. I don't even have any controllers or anything.
You don't need the battery to save. The only reason you'd have the battery is if you unplugged your console, it loses power, then you lose your save.
Okay.
But what you can do is, I don't know if you can really tell from the screenshot, but at the back of it has a cartridge slot. And what you could do is you could buy these, like they look like giant memory cards, but it's basically like an action replay, which you use as like a giant memory card. So what you do is you would play the game. After you've played the game, you'd have to reset your console and then manually move your system save over to that. And you don't have to worry about the saves anymore.
It's mad with me because you know me. I only really want to collect for the early consoles, but there's
an early console.
Well, you know what I mean. NES, SNES, that is 8 and 16-bit era.
Yeah.
But it's just something about when I see it's even just Sega on something. It's like, oh, Sega's so good.
It is. That model is Model 2. I actually prefer Model 1 because you don't have the grey buttons. You have like these oval black buttons, and it looks even more sleek.
Yeah.
And then in Japan, there was a white one.
Yeah. So I think I like the idea of having a working console with a couple of games, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then focus on the main stuff that I want to collect.
It's worth, and you can, and also with the actual replay cart, it makes it region free.
God, yeah.
So you can buy Japanese, American, and it works.
Good. Access to everything.
And I've got a nice little collection on because, as I said, I was wanting to get one. At the time, when I got it as well, I kept getting games off of, Facebook Marketplace when it used to be good for games.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually bought that's the original one because if you look at the buttons, it's got the oval shape to them.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool looking console. I think it looked really serious.
Do you know what is crazy? I keep saying this about like time going so quickly nowadays when you get older, but now we're having these crazy anniversaries of consoles.
Yeah.
30 years ago. I'm having that recently with a PlayStation 2's been anniversary. It's just nuts that we're living through this.
If you said 30 years ago, you'd say Super Nintendo.
Oh, exactly.
Like that.
Exactly.
You wouldn't think of
I can't remember what the exact thing that someone said, but he said that the age of the PS2 is the same amount of time from the Atari 2600 before it, and I'm like, oh my god, like we've lived through so many eras.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
That's why people keep on arguing what's retro.
Oh god.
The reason why you'll never get a proper answer to it because people grow up with differences. People call the Wii retro, and it's their first console.
Yeah. And my answer for that now, because it's one of the most asked questions, and you probably get the same when people turn up to your stream and go, what do you consider retro?
Yeah.
It's the biggest question. And my answer's always been, it's subjective to you. People will say, oh, HDMI and all that, and talk about the hardware. But the thing is, I know I've got a nephew who's playing Fortnite, and he wasn't even alive when Fortnite first came out.
Oh, no.
So that's what I mean. That for him, everything is retro.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Beforehand, but also like Fortnite's kind of retro because it was before he was born. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's subjective to people.
Minecraft is retro now.
Minecraft in itself, all these kind of big games like that. The retro to someone. It's like it's what is retro to you. I don't think there's a rule. I mean, the people will say, "Oh, HDMI, what's one that?" All this stuff, but I just don't think that's right. I think it's subjective.
Because everyone's different with what you grow up. Because blimey, I don't. I think of like Atari as vintage because I never had anything that old. My first was a Commodore. Yeah. So that was.
But I always say we actually grow up through different generations of retro, and when we have retro, what's kind of vintage to us is like when we were kids, like the Atari 2600. That's my first console or whatever. And then the Specky, and then a NES. But then when I get to the N64, I don't feel like that's old for me because I feel like I was an adult. I was in a job or whatever.
When
you've got a job and you're doing these things.
Retro because I remember picking up. I remember picking up the GameCube. I remember picking up from Watch Shop and everything like it wasn't that long ago.
I remember like my wife's nephew. Yeah, this is years ago, by the way, and he was like really young, and he's not young now. Like he's older, 18, got a job, whatever. But even then, I remember talking, going, "Yeah, I went into the other room, and it was just like this little box, and it had a handle on it." And I was like, "Are you talking about GameCube?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was like this old machine." I was like, "Oh my god,
dude, how dare you?" And you haven't spoken to him since.
I've spoken to him since. Yeah, it's gone. No. But it's ridiculous, isn't it? Like we all go through these different generations of retro, and I just don't think there's an answer for it because like that's why it isn't an answer because everyone keeps asking the same question because no one's got a good answer. And I think the answer is it's subjective to you.
And the thing that makes it so lovely as well that when you see younger people get into the older consoles and find them fascinating. And want to play them. I love that part of it.
Yeah, that's it. And you get people coming to your stream and you realise they're a bit younger, but they're just fascinated by the older stuff because there's so much to play. But that's when you've got, like, I was saying this before about, like, you haven't got time to play everything. And that's why I was like, I had to come to the conclusion of, like, with Crash, I can't play this forever. I've got to move on. There's so many games I want to play.
We've got so much stuff. The sad thing is, even probably your collection as well, and you have a nice collection as well, I reckon you'll probably never complete all of them.
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean, I'm moving on to like games that I've got available digitally through the Nintendo Switch Online because in my mind I'm thinking I'm paying for this service or whatever, even though it's like not much a year. But I'm thinking I want to play through them, and I'm like, if I want to play the original Legend of Zelda, for example, never played it, But those are ones like big things and games I've never played. I've never been able to play. I never want to knock them off the list. Sure, there's loads.
It's like it's like a bucket list, really, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's nice to be around your games. That's why we kind of like you live around your collection because it's almost like a museum or you living in a library. You know, it's quite nice. I like that feel. Of course, you're not going to play with every toy or every game you've got or whatever you're going to do. You just like being around it though because it gives an aura. And it kind of justifies your passion to be in that place of that collection. It's like a museum in a way. I love that. You can't keep everything in a museum or look at everything, but there's something about being in that just gives you this magical feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I love all that stuff.
No, I do as well. I would go for hours on that.
Right. So going from that to
what am I going to?
So KIller Instinct is now available.
KIller Instinct Gold.
Different. So here's the thing. I never played the N64 version. I absolutely love the SNES version. No, I played that to death. Learned all the combos and all the things. I was pretty good at the original one. Forgot it all now. I can pretty much just remember some orchid moves and stuff like that. And that's probably about that. And Thunder maybe. But my God, I never really looked at this because I remember my brother playing it, but he wasn't really into fighting games, so I think he might have borrowed it because he's the one who had it in N64 back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is loud.
Blimey, that was loud.
That is loud. That got me because I'm now listening to it. But I'll tell you what, I absolutely adore the music in KIller Instinct.
Oh, it's so good.
And I'm so because I was so surprised. I didn't really realise that they had the same soundtrack in this game. It's a bit like beefed up, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've probably got it, haven't you? But I lost it years ago. The Killer Cut CD that came with the original game.
I never had the original game. Danny's got her original copy, but she didn't have the CD.
Oh, the CD is so good.
Yeah, we ain't got. Have we got CD? No, we haven't got the CD.
Killer Cuts with it was a spinal on the front. The skeleton guy with the big blade. So good. But I was surprised when I was watching the trailer before. Like, it's like, I don't know. There's some characters I don't know in there. Some new
also, the nice thing is with this, is you look at the N64 controller and you go, this would be awful. But you can use a D-pad so you can use that instead.
It was totally fine.
The only thing is that, talk about that Killer Cut CD.
Yeah.
That's my most disappointing thing with Donkey Kong Country one. I remember getting that CD going, the music's brilliant in that. I can't wait to listen to music. And I'm like, who are these bands?
Yeah, you had because there were two versions of the CD. I think was there. I think it was a band.
Oh, I've got the one that had normal bands in it. I'm like, but this is not the music.
Isn't Radiohead on that? I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what song it was? Like High and Dry, maybe something like that. I can't remember.
I haven't got to hand, but I think it's something like that. And but it was
I
didn't even know they were.
That's a good collectible though. That's a good. It's at the long box. Donkey Kong long box will come with the CD at the side.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Oh, God, so nice. I remember seeing that in the shop. I don't know what shop it was, but I remember going downstairs and seeing Donkey Kong Country there. I think it might have been out at the same time as like the Lion King or something. I remember seeing the Lion King on the shelf at the same time. That's a memory of it. And when you go and look at games, but you've got no money. And you're just looking at games. That's it. You just look browsing and then you go, okay, bye then. What are we doing? Like just reading the back of games and shops. And it's like, I'd love to get Donkey Kong Country. And then eventually playing it in a mate's. But yeah, I could not afford that. But KIller Instinct Gold, I'm made up to that. Do you know what? I kind of forgot they were putting N64 games out because they haven't put one out for ages.
Yeah, when they do, it's like, and also they don't make a big deal about it. No. I literally only found it because I was scrolling through X at the time.
Yeah,
I don't. Normally, like they make a big deal about it.
But it's mad because when they put like SNES and NES on a Game Boy, they put loads of. They put a few games out at a time or a couple, and then with N64 they seem to just put one out. Maybe because it's a bigger thing. I mean, that's right, but it feels like they just put like one out to mark an occasion.
I know, it's not even like an anniversary. It's a bit random. It's good it's out, but...
I think they're going to do that with the GameCube. As I know on day one, they've got a few they're releasing. Yeah. They've got like F-Zero, Wind Waker, and Soul Calibur. But I think after that, I can't imagine them.
For a while.
I think they're going to drip feed it and put one out every now and again. Yeah. I don't think they're going to do another 3. I think everything they announced there will probably be out by this time next year. That's why it annoyed me when I watched the trailer, thinking, the show is never going to get out.
The only thing I think of, the reason why they might take longer than N64 ones, I'm not sure because I haven't fully checked on this one, but obviously with a lot of N64 stuff, you've got online multiplayer. So I wonder if they have to take a bit longer because this will be multiplayer online.
So this is going to be online multiplayer, is it? Is that
I assume it is. I
don't know
if
to play
it says.
now on an expansion pack. Yeah, so they have to actually say he would have mentioned it there, wouldn't he? Well, maybe it is.
But no what though, it is because it is on everything else.
It looks really good. I don't know if they like upscaled it or something, but like it looks really clean. I mean, I guess it's like an emulated version, isn't it? What they use their own kind of emulated versions, but it looks really good. Like,
I never actually played it either. We've got a copy because I think because Danny loved this back in the day, which I never played. So
it was just an interesting game for them to do, like at that point as well, to do a fighting game, like where everyone's doing like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat with like digitization and Mortal Kombat, and then Street Fighter with like the pixel art or whatever. And then this is just it's kind of coming off like Donkey Kong Country, I guess, and all that kind of stuff, And it's kind of realism, but in a different way. But they made it really cool and dark, Yeah,
and also when this first came out, the graphics were incredible in the arcade. Because I think this was meant to get a SNES release.
Yeah.
But because the graphics were so good, they moved it to the N64. I think that was the original story.
I remember the SNES one was really cool because it was a black cart. I don't know, like how that was possible. Because I don't know, like how you could get different color carts. Because Nintendo must have had a thing where they said no, you can only have like the grey, to have the uniform thing. But why would they allow to have a black cart? Because other companies would have done.
But they were very good partnership with Rare. Because of Donkey Kong Country, it got in their good book so good,
incredible.
That they kind of, I think they kind of could say what they wanted.
Exactly.
Nintendo said, go on then.
If you think about when Donkey Kong Country, and we have a bit of a sidebar here, but if you think about when Donkey Kong Country came out, and you thought, this is up to then, like we've went to the limits of what you could do in 16-bit, and then you see Donkey Kong Country, and you go, what? Like that is an incredible achievement. It's rare for you though, but I made up Killer Instinct Gold on there.
That's not a good one.
Did he go? I mean, it was the next one on Xbox. Did he go to Xbox then after that? Yeah,
which weirdly, and also is one of them annoying ones. That was one of the early. You got 2 basic characters, and everyone else you had to buy.
Oh
it was
God,
a free game. It was a free game.
Yeah, free game. Yeah,
but
not a fan of that.
It was that, and it put me off the game completely. I was like, I didn't bother.
I wonder if they'd be back. Like that would be an amazing announcement of a new Killer Instinct game coming out, and it's on Nintendo.
Exclusive to Switch 2.
Switch 2.
I
mean, it's not like having GoldenEye come back and having this on there, like because these kind of fell out years ago, didn't they? So having those 2 back on there, that's a big deal. So let's see. I mean, you never know. I might do a new GoldenEye or something, a new game.
I will have to try this version out because I don't have the expansion pack myself. Danny does.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
I mean, I've said this last time. I can't believe you don't just do a family thing because you live together. I know that it was good because Danny got into the event because of that, but you should just do the family event. It makes It makes sense.
I don't know why we did. I don't know why we didn't. To be honest,
yeah, because you could just end your one and just go on Danny's as a family like thing.
Yeah,
and then you got access to everything.
But then the thing was, I don't know now because of the updates, but I could literally play Danny's stuff anyway. If I had her account on my Switch anyway, and vice versa.
Okay, we're going to a YouTube video now, which is not a retro thing, but
I had to mention this for one reason.
It's the biggest bully thing in the world at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, like literally, the main thing I want to say about this is that
God.
Do you know what? When I added this to the article,
I would say, did you change the number?
Yeah, it was 75 million views.
Jesus.
And now it's 10 million.
For a trailer. My word.
I don't know about you, but if you was making a game, right, and you saw the amount of views on the trailer, the amount of pressure you must feel for that studio right now.
Oh, my word.
It's got to be the best game you've ever played in your life.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this extensively last time. Like, I'm not the biggest GTA. I mean, I'm a fan in the way. I think it's incredible what they do as an achievement, but I'm not someone who like wants to play the games. Really, I watch from afar. I watch people on Twitch play it and all that stuff, and I think it's amazing. But you can't deny that like it's a game. It's one of those games that just takes over the world.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be playing it.
It's the thing that rivals the Nintendo 2 and then the Switch 2 news.
Yeah.
If the Switch 2 was announced the same day as this, I mean, it would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
See what would have happened. Because the news journalists would have been going mad because what do we cover? But this is an insane number. And I was thinking about this, like with the delay, do you think they're going to just sell so many more copies of GTA or all the different versions of GTA because people are going, well, I can't get the new version. I was waiting on that. Now I might as well just. They're going to sell loads of copies of GTA 5, 4, all the collections.
We already know a couple of streamers that have jumped back into GTA again into the previous one because
money making machines.
Yet. And it's still the old one. I say old one, the previous one still holds up super well. Apparently, and I am gutted that I can't play this because I'm a GTA fan. The top-down views I weren't great with, but Vice City and did you ever play Vice City?
No, I feel like that's the one I should have.
That one you would adore. It's literally Scarface and the soundtrack. It's so good, And the story elements are being incredible on this.
So on the because there's a Switch collection, obviously I like with Switch and like collections, and so they brought a version of that. And when it first came out, it was buggy as hell. But they put a patch out recently. I remember my brother telling me about this, I think, and it works really well now on Switch. Apparently,
because originally they did another Aliens thing where they got a third-party developer to bring it out, and then Rockstar, whoever division of it, took it back and fixed it, basically. So they lost a lot of money on that.
So the physical version of it, if you don't update it, it's the janky version.
Yeah, that's the only problem buying the physical version of it. You'd have to make sure you update it straight away. So, to be fair, I would probably say if it was cheap in the eShop, I'd buy the eShop version. I wouldn't buy the physical because you don't want to play the visual because it's just awful.
So what you get on the collection? Do you remember? Is Vice City on there?
It's GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
It's a shame you don't get Chinatown Wars on there. Is that what it's called?
Chinatown Wars. You've also got I don't know if they are on there, the expansion for GTA Vice City, which was the Ballad of Gay Tony, which was, that's 4. Oh, yeah. GTA 4 had 2 expansions. You had the Ballad of Gay Tony, which is incredible. That was really good. I played through that one. And then you had a biker gang one. And I can't remember what it was called, that one.
I do remember that one out. Was that for 4? That was for
4, yeah. There was 2 massive expansions for it. And then you also got, which is confusing, you got Vice City, but then you also got Liberty City Stories, which was PSP.
Oh, yeah.
They've also got a PS2 release afterwards.
I actually might own that. So is Liberty City Story? That's not Vice City. That's its own game.
No, it's its own game. He's just set in that city.
Yeah.
So that's why it's more. You don't need the original, but it's more. You're still playing that city rather than.
Quite a few,
it's still a new game.
See, it'd be nice to do the collection of all these. I always love that.
Yeah, it ain't a proper collection.
But it never does it? But 3 games on it's pretty good. But is what's GTA 3 like? Is it worth even playing that collection?
GTA 3 is good, but if you play Vice City, you'll prefer.
That's what I mean. If you've got like the collection, and I'm like, say I'm gonna I get the collection, and I look at that collection, and I go, wait a minute, I'm probably gonna want to play Vice City. No, me.
You'll want to play Vice. If you play Vice City, you probably will. Because also the problem is with GTA 3, they didn't have I can't say the word, but the main character, I can't say the word, antagonist.
Yeah. Oh, antagonist. Yeah.
That's it. No. He doesn't speak at all.
Protagonist. Yeah.
Protagonist. He doesn't speak at all.
Okay.
While in Vice City onwards, they've got a personality and they're talking like you're watching out a movie, you know.
It's mad with these games though, because I remember playing bits of them. I think like when you've got to go to shops and get clothes and all that, I get really bored. I don't know what it is. I
get sidetracked a lot.
Yeah, I want to drive around, and I think that's what I did in 4. I got 4. I went to the midnight launch for 4. I don't know why I got caught in the hype.
I'm about to say, was it because of hype? Yeah.
And I went home, and all I ever did was sit in a cab going around the city. I never did any. Because as soon as I went in to do a mission, it was always fetch this, bring it back, and then there's always like people shooting you on the way. I was like, oh.
There was times it did get annoying with that, but some of the story elements you really get
exactly.
into.
I just never gelled.
It's overwhelming as well.
Yeah. Again, they're massive games, and these in themselves are games that people will just buy just as for the system. You have to buy the system just for this.
This is a system seller.
Yeah. and people will just play that forever and then get GTA forever. But yeah, that's one of the reasons. Well, these bigger games I can't do. But yeah, amazing, incredible. Like that is a crazy number for people to watch this trailer.
Yeah, and it doesn't even really give you anything else other than some background character bits and pieces.
Oh,
So,
look at this there's new Wind Waker footage. This is the next story.
Yes, yeah, because there's a lot more direct feeds that are coming out of the games.
So this is new Wind Waker footage from the new Switch 2 HD version. It's called HD, but it's obviously don't have to be confused with the HD. What was the Wii U version?
Wii U.
What's it called? Wii U, yeah.
The Wii U
but it's just upscale, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't wait to play this.
Really do you know what? This is an incredible game. I love this. The only bit I don't know how you're going to feel about is the sailing bit.
A lot of people say that got fixed in the Wii U version.
It did. Well, in the sense of the reason when I say fixed it, what they did was you can buy a sail later on and you can change your direction. Because the problem is if you want to change direction when you're on the boat, you have to pull out the Wind Waker flute thing. I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh, does it make it really annoying?
And basically, you have to then change which way you want the wind to go.
Oh.
You can't just steer the boat.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
you get a bit monotonous, yeah.
But it's not. But it's normally pretty linear where you want to go to and stuff.
It's weird because I never liked the look of this. I was one of those people when it first came out. And I think it's because he originally showed off kind of realistic Link footage. Remember
realistic Link with a giant spider, and it looked great.
Really it was
amazing.
a demo, wasn't it? And then this came out, and I was like, "Well, what's this? It's a cartoon, blah blah blah." And over the years, I remember playing Phantom Hourglass, which I think is very similar, to be honest.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
and I was obsessed. I think it's because I played it obviously on the DS, and I thought it was amazing. And then I've been looking at this going, actually, like I should play this.
You would love this. You would absolutely love it.
And you got a boat in Phantom Hourglass and all that. Spirit Tracks never got on with. Don't know what it is. I've tried a couple times. Couldn't do it.
Same actually.
Don't know why. It's probably really good. It probably just needs to put a few hours into it to get into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it just wasn't a really good start to it. But yeah, Wind Waker, I definitely would play. I do kind of wish I had those quality of life things that people are talking about that the Wii U version had.
Very strange choice, isn't it? Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, would they release the Wii U version as like a proper like package now on the Switch 2? Or do you think because they put this version out, they won't do that?
But then you'd think they would do the Wii U one, because how many ports have we got on the Switch that were Wii U games?
Yeah, my dream would be
Tropical Freeze, and all those.
My dream would be a Zelda collection, where I know we've got like Minish Cap and all that stuff on the service, but if they brought out a collection of Link Between Worlds, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks, put them on a collection.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be great? I would be well buying that, because I don't think like they're not going to be able to put DS games or 3DS games on it yet. That'll be on the Switch 3 or something, the next one.
Yeah.
But if you do collections, I'm well for that, because I was talking about that today. Link Between Worlds is such a good game, proper spiritual successor to.
I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved that one as well.
But because I only played it through it once and then moved on to other things, like I kind of go, oh god, but that's really good to play through again.
Yeah,
so, there's some really good mechanics in that. But the way Nintendo are, I mean. The imagination also is kind of like lets them down in the future, because it hasn't got really good backwards compatibility, with the whole like you haven't got a hinge thing or dual screens or whatever.
Yeah, you had to like stamp it, you had to put something out when you closed it, you had to say something down the mic.
All that stuff. And it's great for the time, but like you don't think about it. Maybe they're going to do that in the future, but I also don't want them to do that, because if they get less creative, it's less fun. Or whatever,
Yeah.
But it kind of shoots them in the foot in the future, unless they like include that option. Anyway, this is
a gorgeous one.
I missed this one. Is this Hoffman's? It is, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we know what it is. I've not looked at this yet. So, Fanmade Genesis Mega Drive Metal Gear port sneaks out of the shadows. I've not actually seen the graphics of the. I'm kind of.
It looks very Mega Drive-y instantly. I've never played the original Metal Gear.
No,
I hope it's a port. I didn't fully check on it. I hope it's a port of the what system is it? Oh, I forgot what it's called now.
I forgot it as well. What's it called? Oh God, we're gonna go crazy. Yeah. What's it called? Not Famicom, because it was on Famicom, but that was not the best version. It was the other one, which everyone's shouting at the screen
Oh,
now.
everybody's saying it now. I used to know it really well because it was always the one I always wanted to get in. Well, anyway, it came out in another system as Japan only,
Google it.
and it's the absolute. Yeah, do that. It was the original version was on this system, and it was a really good version. Then when it got ported to NES, for some reason, somewhere down the line, it didn't really work out, and it wasn't as good.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, go on. MSX.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
MSX. That's it. I never had one. Don't have one.
No.
But, and also, it's in Japanese as well, so you wouldn't have got an English version.
But I heard the proper version was on that, and then when it got ported to the the Famicom, Kojima didn't like it, and he didn't like that there was a sequel as well. I don't know if he had anything to do with Metal Gear 2.
Apparently, it's not. It's separate, but they
just made it up. Yeah, but the first game's supposed to be brilliant, and I don't know when it accessed it. You can get it on GOG, I think, anyway. So I don't know. I'm guessing it's the MSX version on GOG.
It could be. There was one other way you could get this, but again, Japan only. If you bought Metal Gear Twin Snakes on GameCube in Japan, you could get a bonus disc, and on that bonus disc had the MSX version of the game on GameCube, cool. So you could play it on GameCube. Good. It's so cool, but Japan only. But what a great idea, though.
Wow. So he's actually made this it's free on itch, because he did the other one, didn't he? So he did the Amiga version of MSX. Oh, God, it's right there as well. Could have read that from there. So the Amiga version of the original game, he put that out ages ago. I remember talking to Amiga Mortals about that, actually, when he was on the channel. So it's on itch is amazing, by the way. There's so much stuff on there. I need to follow him on that. But it does look very Mega Drive-y, because sometimes when you see someone porting a game to another system, it's like, who was it? We were talking about a while ago, and it was an amazing achievement. They put a game on there on the Mega Drive from another system. I think it was, was it SNES to SNES, maybe DuckTales, or that?
Oh, I know what you mean. No, it was Metroid.
Oh, it was Metroid, was it? No,
yeah,
no.
And it looked, and I was like, I don't see the difference.
Was it Metroid? Yeah, it wasn't no difference. It was just playable on that system.
Yeah, I was like,
and it's fine. It's a great achievement, but like, I don't know, when someone tells you it's gone 16-bit, it's like, oh, have you done? But this is what I expect when someone Mega Drive, because I could take that photo, I can say it does look Mega Drive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks.
I really want to play it. I really hope. I'm assuming he's done it from that MSX version.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's black magic how they do the conversions.
God, yeah.
I don't understand it at all.
He's a bit of a genius, a bit of a musical genius as well.
Well, he's an amazing DJ.
Yeah.
And I've met him before. He's a really lovely bloke as well.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, he usually goes to the cons, doesn't he? Some of the cons.
Yeah. Really down to
like a super nice guy.
Amazing. He just goes, I'm going to port this to a system. And you're like...
But if anyone's interested in that, you can check him out on Twitter. Is that what they call him? No, X, isn't he?
He's on, I think...
Find him on his itch. Find him on itch, anyway. The game is available to
it's probably the best way to get to it.
Give him there, grab his name and go.
Also, do you even notice? I love the cover of that. Where it's completely ripping off.
Yeah, it's Terminator, isn't it? So when he goes back in time,
Carl Reese from Terminator.
I mean, it's one of the most underrated parts of Terminator that no one really thinks about. You know, when they go in the past, I love the way it looks. I really wish Salvation looked like that.
I know, and it so wasn't.
It was just it went Mad Max, didn't it? In Salvation,
yeah.
But I love. There's a bit in the first film where the Terminator comes into their where they all are sitting off.
Yeah,
and he's got red eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks so cool. The animated version was a little bit like that, actually. I mean, I watched like one episode. I thought it was actually quite good. I don't know why I didn't watch the rest of it.
I finished that.
I need to watch the rest of it. But they had that kind of like look about them. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Yeah, I need to finish that. But yeah, they didn't do the same thing for Contra as well. Didn't they rob like from what was it? It was like two people from Contra, maybe aliens or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Contra's cover was Rambo and Arnold Schwarzenegger from a different film.
That's it. Both back to back. Yeah, it was brilliant. But it's amazing. I don't know how they get around this. You know, the whole legalities of it and all that. That's the only thing I don't understand.
What I normally do is whenever I see a new port come out, I download it instantly.
Oh, instantly, just in case it shuts down. But I suppose this is like years old, and it's not Nintendo, so you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going because we're getting to a time. I'm gonna like just get a look. We got the Bubsy collection, done the Tomb Raider. Oh, okay. I've got to talk about this because it's like one of my favorite games, modern games, but it's like retro-ish. So, I didn't actually know this.
Oh, yeah.
Silksong, the sequel to Hollow Knight, a brilliant Metroidvania. Oh, what's going
Oh.
on? Will be playable at an Australian amusement in
Yes.
September. What? Why?
I know. I'm like, right, so you want people to play the game that everyone's massively anticipating.
Yeah.
An Australian museum?
The interesting thing about this, though, if it's being showcased and actually you can play it somewhere, it can't be far off from release.
Yeah, it's got to be, innit? It's got to be that point.
It's got to be out there. So, is that all they're saying? So they're saying like 18th of September. It's got. I mean, they've said it's going to be released this year, but so it's got a pretty something that's track. Yeah, so it's going to release this year. But like, I kind of wish we had some more information. That's about it.
Yeah, that's all we really got. The only thing, the reason I put it in there because kind of funny but not. Where I was like, oh, it'd be playable in Australia in a museum. Okay,
we'll do this. This one, the classic ZX Spectrum series Magic Knight is getting a new edition. Did you put this in? Or did I?
I did. I literally put it in went to tonight.
What's madness that you put it on so quickly? This looks amazing. I've only played one of the games.
I was going to ask you, do you know what these games are? Because I don't know
Spellbound. Any of them. If it's the one I'm thinking of, anyway. I'll be honest. I don't know if I knew they were as part of a collection. So in Spellbound, I think if this is the game I'm thinking of, you play a knight and you got to go around and find loads of, I mean, like a lot of Spectrum games, you find a lot of pickups, like collectibles.
Yeah. Oh, is it kind of isometric looking?
No.
Oh, I think it's Angelson.
Let me, you know what? Let me Google it just in case. Let me get a little trailer.
It does show like a little cartoon character of a knight further down.
Isn't got a trailer or anything, has it?
No,
that would have been nice.
I can't remember. It has some. Nah.
Yeah, let me get a little video of it. Why not?
Okay.
The
thing is with this collection, it's quite cool. Is I thought this was like a new release for PS5 or whatever. Yeah. They're literally bringing out the cassette versions.
So
you're getting cassette versions for Spectrum. How cool's that?
Yeah, I love the actual getting tapes, and I love that you've got this new box and they're using the original
artwork.
Art,
if you look at the cassettes, I think there's a picture of it.
That's the music of Spellbound, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the actual cassettes there. My word. Oh, God, they're on it. I mean, they look better than they did back in the day. Because I don't think
it'd be like a little bit at the top, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and you wouldn't have got... Well, I don't remember many specky games. Might be wrong here, guys. You can tell me. But I don't remember actually having art on the tape themselves. It was normally just like in the name.
Same with the Commodore. And sometimes it wasn't even a sticker. It'd be like printed in white on it.
Yeah, exactly. Like not much. But these look gorgeous. I think this is up for a Kickstarter, isn't it? Like Magic Series is a beloved collection of puzzle games created by British developer David Jones, first appeared in the Sega Saturn in 1985. These games combine traditional graphic adventures with light RPG elements and were notable for their distinctive humour and... All right, mate. Funny thing with these, like this website's got these combined RPG. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm going to show you one of the games.
Yeah, because I know nothing about them. I know a few bits.
Spellbound, and this is by Modern Retro Gaming News. If you want to go follow this guy who's done like a walkthrough of it. So this is the game I was thinking of. This night going around.
Oh, okay.
Look at the amount of stuff. Like for a game, you think, oh, it should be really simple. There was a big menu of what you do with the items, put them all together, and all that. It was very extensive.
It's nice to see that the thing I always found strange about the Spectrum was a colour bleeding where it goes across other blocks. I found that really odd. But this is done quite nice.
That was limitations of the hardware and software, I guess. But that became iconic for it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people like see.
People love it. Well, I love it as well. It's what makes me think of the Specky. Also, talking about Specky, have you watched that? I don't know if you watched that documentary that came out a while ago, the Rub Key Wonder. We've talked.
I haven't got. I need to get hold of it first.
You need to get hold of it. I think you'd love it.
I do want to learn because I've got a Spectrum, but I want to learn.
A lot of people, a lot of streamers are in it, talking about it and stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty good. You'll notice a lot of people, and it's very good, especially people with amazing collections. But this is one of them, and I'm guessing the other games are very similar. I mean, we could just read the other thing, but I love that box set. It looks really cool. But I think it's on. I think it is on Kickstarter for like 75 quid at the moment. So it's quite pricey, but I guess you are getting loads of these games.
But then,
and the effort to go with it as well.
It's a bit more, it's a bit more than just making a ROM, and it really,
But you know what? You don't get an inflatable knight like you do with the inflatable Gex.
Yeah, you don't get inflatable Gex with it. That's a problem.
I would rather have this than the Gex collection. I'll be honest. And the fact you can play it on, I don't know if you get the. Does it say you get the? You can get digital versions as well. I'm guessing you do, as well as the tapes.
Normally, what they do is with these sort of things is they have available of a digital and a physical copy of it if you buy it, or different tier levels. You get the digital.
It probably says there, doesn't it, somewhere? Because if you buy one of the tapes, you probably want a version of it you can play, like through an.
Especially if you got the Spectrum Next and stuff, you could put that on.
God, look at the stuff you can get.
This is the special edition. You get these extras.
The mug's amazing.
You get a mug. You need a mug.
I always need mugs.
Yep.
And that's a good mug. With all the covers on it, that's so good. Oh, I like that. Oh yeah, damn it. Right, well, let's should we answer a couple of questions?
Yes.
From the community. Let's do this. So let me change this one. So right, we've got a bunch of questions in this week. Let me just go to the banners. I thought you were going to do like a sneaky question thing then. Right, first question was from One Up Jack, and he asked, if you could both swap bodies with each other for the day, what would you do as that person? It's such a good question, but also, oh God.
Okay, I've got a nice answer for our one already.
Keep it PG.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. It's so low.
It's like you were so enthusiastic. I was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah. No. It's for me. It's a thing that I'm always jealous of you doing. Is when you go, this afternoon I'm going to pop to the coffee shop and have a read.
Yeah.
I would love to, because I can't. I want to do that, but because I drive everywhere, I have to drive, and I'm parking for ages, and it's costing me like money. I can't relax and sit and read in a coffee shop if I have to drive somewhere.
Yeah, you were saying that because we came to Liverpool. You were kind of shocked by the amount of coffee shops and Greggs that we have around. Because there's a Greggs there. There's a Greggs there. There's a Greggs there.
I mean, you've got some nice coffee shops you can chill and have a read and stuff.
Yeah, I get it, because if you have a car, you'd always be thinking you've got to pay by the hour. I suppose when you park in town and ours, you can just park all there for like £7 or something, and then you just stay there all day, which is pretty good. And I obviously don't drive in town, but I do with Wimbledon's, but I'll walk in town. It takes me a little while, it'll take me 40-50 minutes or something to walk in.
And then you ain't got the pressure of having to get home as soon as possible because get back to your car because it's been there for so long, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can drive. But what would I do with you? God.
God, very exciting.
Well, it's the collection thing, isn't it? Because you've got
the collections, you've
got a different collection than me, and you've also got a lot of different stuff that, I collect a certain thing. But you've got we're talking about the Saturn and all that. I'd jump into all that and go, oh my God, I can play all these things for the first time.
Just sit and just play any old game, look on the shelf and go, oh, I've never played that one before.
I'd also go down to all the charity shops that you go to, because every time you see your videos, how the hell does your shops do that? My shops don't sell or don't have any of that stuff you're in. But I mean, you say that about anyone. Every time you see someone else's videos, go, but it does
car boots and stuff.
All the car boots you get as well. Oh my God. And you seem to be easier to, it's where you drive everywhere to get to these events. I don't know if it's easier for you to get to these events. Probably isn't. It's probably about the same. Is it?
It depends really, but it's not too bad.
Birmingham's quite central.
A lot of them, yeah.
Because we're thinking in the future we're probably going to drive to Birmingham, because we realised it only takes about an hour and a half. I was like,
suppose you don't, because we're driving and
we always for some reason, being an idiot, I always thought, it'll take us ages, and then wait a minute, it's longer than a train. Then I was just driving.
Yeah, that's like we don't. Sometimes if we want to go travelling, and we go, we get the train. We went to Brighton, went to a tattoo convention. We thought get a train because we can sit back, we can play the Switch, and it was a nightmare. Our train was delayed. We couldn't get a train for hours. We had to sit on the floor because all the seats were taken on the way home.
I hate that so much.
It was so awkward, and I hated it. And since then, we were like, no, we're driving.
Oh, my nightmare of getting trains back home. It's I remember coming back home to London, and it's a 3-hour on a train, and the train before R1 had been cancelled.
Yeah.
So all those people came on, but we'd booked our seats. And when we got on the train, someone else was in our seats. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what do we do? So we literally just sat on the floor, even though we booked our seats.
Oh, no. We had that. We had that with someone. If you got booked seats, there was this old couple sitting there. We went, is these your seats? And go, oh, no, we booked these seats. And they were
Yeah.
like, well, can't we sit here? It's like, no, because we booked the seats.
Exactly. But those people who were sitting in our seats had already booked for the other train for those seats. So you mean so what do we do? Like, so we just sit, so we're sitting off, and at that point I was like back here, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna sit. And like it suddenly dawned on you, I've got to do this for 3 hours. Do you know what I mean?
That was like it when we was on the train getting home from Brighton, and we had to waste a load of hours up there because we couldn't get a train, because literally the station was filled up, more and more people. There was no point waiting there, so we went off to get something to eat, and then when we came back, then we had the big amount of people going on it from the previous trains. And that was just the first train. We had to like change to like 2 other trains in that time, and we were like, it was awful. And that's why it's nice to sometimes in your head you think, oh, it's nice to sit back in your reserve seat, play the Switch, not care about the direction. It's brilliant.
Exactly.
And it has happened well before.
Yeah.
But other times, when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Yeah, it does. It's really bad. So thanks, Jack, for bringing that up.
Yeah, there you go. See, I've been good with that one. See?
Can't believe it.
I want to know what you thought I was going to say now. I don't know now.
I don't know. It's just like you were so enthusiastic. I was like, what's he going to do? What's he going to say? All right. Savagery 482, Hogan says, if you were exploring a Castlevania-style castle, what kind of food would you want in the walls to replenish your health? And you can't say cereal. So annoying.
Do you know what? I laugh so much. I was about to say,
good question.
Yeah,
it's a good question. It's a really good question. I never thought about that. Because at the moment, what you get in walls, anyway, you get a turkey, roast chicken, or something
turkey.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh God, a lasagna.
Remember, I don't think you have to worry about reality when things going off or anything like that. You can't.
Yeah, I would like a nice lasagna. I love a lasagna. It's so
That's
nice.
so random. Lasagna, that'd be good.
I love a lasagna though. I haven't had. I think it's because I'm hungry. Really, I'm really hungry right now. I feel like I could eat a big lasagna, but I haven't had lasagna for ages. I mean, pizza will be good, but I feel like
but I was trying to think more practically because like I won't say that you can pick up and go. Pizza's a bit awkward. You're trying to like get through the stage.
Maybe a hot dog.
Do you know what? I would have thought a hot dog or a burger would be the best thing.
A hot dog.
It's simple,
Yeah.
I actually no. I changed my answer.
Oh.
Chicken bakes from Greg's.
Oh, okay. We get Greg's stuff in there. Can we have a little?
We can make Greg's stuff. Yeah, why not?
Can we open it up and there's a Greg's behind there? We can go in there. That would be amazing.
A meal deal.
Oh my God!
Drink.
That would be,
and check if you got any points because you've been in the castle so many times.
God, so many times. Yeah, so many times. When I get the free thing, I'm always like, oh, I don't want to get a sausage roll. Because you can get like the biggest thing. I want to get steak bake or something, something nice and big.
And this is where Hugo Man's going to go, what's a Greg's? And then be like confused. But a little mistake by two Greg's as well. There's a documentary that I think I posted in Discord about McDonald's versus Greg's.
Oh.
And apparently...
When did you post this? I've not seen it.
I'll just send it link to you again. I can't remember. I put it under the food section.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But basically, in a nutshell, Greg's is doing better than McDonald's.
Wow.
They've overtaken the breakfast market and the lunchtime market, which is insane. What do Greg's do in the morning?
What do Greg's do in the morning? I don't know what breakfast stuff they do.
I think I can't remember what they do actually. I've never gone there for breakfast, but apparently they've taken over like sausage muffins and stuff like that.
Maybe they do like sausage. I feel like every time I've gone in the morning early, they just do the same stuff, like sausage rolls and stuff. I bet maybe not.
They do some other bits in there as well, but I mean, they definitely take away the lunch because one thing they also said in a documentary, they said Greg's is the only bakery that doesn't actually make bread. They're a bakery, but they might sell the odd loaf in some stores, but essentially they're all about the quick takeaway stuff now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're quite clever, aren't they?
And they are huge now, bigger than you think. They had all like the humble kind of like little company.
Yeah, so in Liverpool, we used to have, we still got some places called Sayers. That was our own bakers, and they were the biggest for years. And then Greg's came in and just kind of destroyed them.
Yeah.
It was this sausage roll because it was a bit cheaper, and it was just the USB. Even though this sausage roll is not that cheap anymore, it's gone up. But, it is good. I mean, I love the cheese and onion bake. That's my fave. Triple chocolate donut. That's the white sprinkle on top. I love that. If I'm going to get a sandwich, the char grill sandwich thing, that's so good. The Mexican char grill, I think it's called.
The Mexican chicken one.
Yeah, overbite. You also get bites like that.
The spicy one.
So good. Yeah, I love that. And then they do really good mince pies at Christmas.
Do you know what? I haven't actually tried one of the mince pies.
Oh my
from
god,
there yet.
you need to try that this
I'll
year.
get them this year.
Get a 5-pack from there. They're a bit more expensive because like they're like obviously fresh, and also festive bakes.
Oh, festive bake. Oh, do you know what? I even bought some extra because I loved them so much. I actually bought some extra festive bakes from Iceland because they sell them as packs,
well.
and I had them in the freezer for like a month or two later.
Oh my god, the proper meals as well because you get like, everything in those. I mean, this is a proper advert. This is your answer. Castlevania, Greg's.
Yeah, and it's funny thing is, Hugerman's American, so he probably doesn't.
Oh, it's a bakery, but we've cheated and basically put a shop behind there.
and behind there as well is a little old lady works in there, the friendly old lady.
Oh, and she's
the usual love.
Usual. Oh, it's not that warm, or it's a bit hot. Just come out the oven. Is that all right? It always is. That all right? Imagine you say no. Actually, no, it's not.
No. Because even if you ain't all right with it, you'll go, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit cold. No, sit on it for a bit, please.
Yeah,
do you mean what you can do?
Stand in the queue and sit on it so everyone can watch you until this is why you've made this.
I don't think there's many things in Greg's I don't like, to be honest. Like I can't think of anything. I really like what's the bread bun called? Belgian bun.
Belgian bun and yum yums.
Oh, yum yums. Oh my god. I'm so hungry. That's the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Hope that answers your question. Rain Cloud asks, what obscure film and game soundtrack would you want to own on vinyl or CD? I think for me, like there's loads that come out, and I go, I really want to get that. And like when the Turtles ones came out with limited run, although there was an issue with them apparently because
was there?
Yeah, there was.
Really? Yeah. There's always an issue with them.
I think they just like ported over like the CD version or something like that, or there was some issue they did. The Turtles soundtrack was good, but it's got to work. Like for me, the one that comes to mind that I love the whole soundtrack for is I know we're going about this a lot. Is Shadowrun on the SNES. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the soundtrack on that, and it's got loaded bangers on it. If you're going for something really classic like that, because it's really hard with 8-bit music. Also, it's 8 and 16-bit music, I guess. Because if you see a lot of those soundtracks, it's always like 20 seconds of tracks. You know?
Yeah, and also as the sound bites.
Yeah, exactly. Like be fighting up. Yeah. Unless it's something like Streets of Rage, which already exists, and those records are amazing.
Yeah, I have that one. I don't even have a record player.
Oh my god! Well, when you call that, it's one of the best ones to play. It's so damn good, that record. So that already exists.
That's gutting because that would be my straight away one to go to.
Can you? What else has got a good soundtrack that you like?
The only one that you probably won't get you won't get it at all. But I would say, actually no, I say one. I don't know if it has one or not. Well, it'd be two, but the one that Okami.
Oh yeah, I've not listened to the music for that yet.
That's got very beautiful Japanese flutes.
I played the game, I need to play the game, but I can imagine it being beautiful. I can't imagine it having like heavy metal on it or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be really it'd be one that you could relax to, put it in the background. The other one would be, even though it hasn't got that many tracks, but I don't know why, but I used to record it on cassette, Johnny Bazooka Tone. On the PlayStation, because the game over music, the intro music, and some of the actual tracks in these songs are like, I think you'd kind of like them because they're not proper songs. Well, the intro one is, but they're like what do you call it? Like ambient guitar.
Lovely
moment.
Yeah.
What do you call whatever they're called?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're literally, they're not really a proper song, but it's got this really cool, like jazzy and bluesy type of guitaring tracks in it, and it's one that can stay going on for ages. It don't really go anywhere, the song,
but it's nice. It's nice having a background or something like that. I feel like that. Yeah.
I don't think that has a vinyl, but I would honestly, if that came out tomorrow, and it obviously weren't expensive, I would probably buy that as well.
Film wise, like obscure films. What obscure films? A soundtrack.
Because the problem is, when you think of films, you think of normally just the main theme.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, but it's not obscure, is it?
No, it's not.
I was like Planes, Trains. I'd love the reissue of that soundtrack because it's a brilliant soundtrack, but it's not obscure. There's a film called, I want to say 3 O'Clock High. It's a film. It's a really good 80s movie about a lad in school who gets basically told at 3 o'clock we're going to have a fight by a bully. and all the way through the film he frets about it. But the soundtrack is done by Tangerine Dream, who are a big band. But I don't think that soundtrack is like available anywhere. Maybe it's on Spotify, probably on Spotify. But it's a really good soundtrack. I remember when I last watched it, God, the music in this film's so good. And I realised, it's Tangerine Dream, who I love.
That's probably right.
It's a bit of an obscure movie, I would say, because a lot of people don't think of that movie when they think 80s. You have to say it to you and you like didn't know what it was. But that's a really good movie if you see it. So I would say I'll go for that.
And anything like there's a couple of like films I watch, like 80s films. Oh, actually, I know one would be a good one for me. No Man's Land. It's an 80s film with Charlie Sheen. No, I get all the Sheens wrong. I think
Martin Sheen.
Is it Charlie Sheen?
Estevez.
No, I think
Mr.
it is
Sheen.
Mr. Sheen cleaning. It's Charlie Sheen. It's Charlie Sheen. Yeah, and it's when basically he's a thief and steals Porsches and he resells them and stuff.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Have you seen that one?
No, I've not seen that.
It's one of those where I say it's a core film.
Yeah,
it's so 80s it hurts, but it works. It's basically, think of Point Break. You know, Keanu Reeves and Diablos. Think of like Point Break, but we're still in Porsches.
Oh, that makes that's cool.
Feel to it.
But
it's very
gone in 60 seconds style kind of thing, maybe.
It's it's more of you got the undercover cop pretending to be with these people, that sort of thing. It's a very cool and it's a very obscure film because I actually bought the Blu-ray, but I had to buy a German Blu-ray because you can't get a UK one.
Oh god, that's mad.
Which is really bizarre. I had to get that, and it was.
Well, talking of obscure Charlie Sheen movies, have you seen The Wraith? That's a really good movie. And
love it.
I'm sure the music was good in it. I can't wait. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'll
have the soundtrack anyway because I think it'll make a really good cover. Because it was a great movie, isn't it? Not a lot of people talk about that one.
I wanted to get it on Laserdisc, but the Japanese one's very expensive.
Yeah,
and I'm a bit gutted about it. I would like to get that.
Right, Steve Motti is next up with his question. Favourite beat 'em up and character from the genre? Do you have a favourite beat 'em up? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Or we ever come up? You don't really talk about beat 'em ups that much.
It sounds really stupid. I always get mixed up with beat 'em ups as in Streets of Rage style. Do you mean 1v1?
Oh, that's a good point.
Because I always get them two genres kind of mixed up.
Yeah, you are right. Because I've done maybe.
We could do one of each.
I was thinking fighting game, but you might be right. It might be beat 'em up. As in like, will that be brawler?
Yeah, I know. That's why it gets a bit confusing. Well, if it's a 1v1 sort of one, I would probably say, my first love really, even though I don't really play much anymore, is probably it started out with Street Fighter 2, but I think Tekken 2 and 3 were big ones for me. That one, I got really into.
Tekken 2, 3, definitely.
So I would probably say Tekken 2, and the character for me was someone called Michelle.
Yeah.
She was my main. She was one
I couldn't use it at all. For me, it was Paul Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I liked him. Yeah.
I mean, the moves were really easy. And I liked Liu Long. Is that what his name is? When he goes on the floor.
Basically like a type of Bruce Lee character.
Yeah, we can all I'd ever do with people and annoying everyone. I just go on the floor, and then when you go near it, you jump up and you spin kick at them. And you go back on the floor. I love those moves.
You can keep rolling over and stuff.
God, loved it. Street Fighter 2. I was always a Ken man. Like always loved Ken. Don't know why. It's like he's not even the coolest, but I just got into, especially when it's played like. Going to Street Fighter 4. What's that now? 6 is it? 5. I got really into Ken.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was always Chun-Li or Ryu.
Oh, Ryu. Nice, Ryu. I always call him Ryu. I
always mix them up. But it's rather Chun-Li because I used to like how quickly she used to jump around on the screen.
I love the speed of the characters like that as well. I was well into that. What other fighting games are there? Mortal Kombat. What were you in Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat. I'm quite boring. Mortal Kombat. I was always Scorpion.
Scorpion's a good one though.
I was always Scorpion, but I did like Sub-Zero at times. The freeze bit would have good, but I wasn't very good at it. I could never pull off the fatalities or anything like that. So
I was obsessed with Mortal Kombat 2. I think I've talked about before. To the fact I recorded.
You dominated on the tournament at.
I was lucky on that. I think I was lucky because it was a game I played a lot as a kid. You know what I mean? And I feel like the next one might be Tekken. So
I hope so. I hope so.
yeah, no, I'll be destroyed on that one. I'll be destroyed. But yeah, I love Mortal Kombat 2 so much. It was like my game. So yeah, I was lucky. Like next and last question then. That comes from Retcon. How would you fix your favorite franchise?
This is the one I actually wanted to because I didn't discuss with Steve what questions to do, but this one I wanted to highlight this one because it was a great question.
Okay, go on. Well, what is it then? Like what gaming franchise?
What I was going to do was I was going to look back through all my stuff and go, right, let's get a real good answer
and then you didn't do it,
and I forgot.
No, you didn't do it. Well, okay. Like if you look at the most famous franchises out, I guess. Like, I mean, do you think Zelda's doing all right? It's fine, isn't it? Yeah. I think Tears of the Kingdom was a little bit of the samey as Breath of the Wild, I guess, in a way.
Yeah. Well, I have my franchise bit. I would say Streets of Rage as a franchise.
Okay, let's go for that.
Because, love the music in 1 and 2 are amazing, and 4 is. But music number 3, I know it's experimental and technical. I hated it. But it played brilliantly.
Oh, so you're coming at this question as in like fix some of the issues it's already got, and not fix the next pathway for it. No, that's good as well. I like both. No, I think both.
Because Streets of Rage 4 was really good for me.
So what if Streets of Rage 5? If Streets of Rage 5 is because they're making a new Streets of Rage, aren't they? Which they're making like a 2D, 3D kind of version.
Yeah,
of
I'm not sure about that. I don't want that. My Streets of Rage is the
so
the
to fix Streets of Rage. Would you like forget that one and just do a new version that goes after 4?
Yeah, I'll do another one in the same sort of graphical style as 4, or try and push pixel version again.
Yeah.
And because there is a game called Streets of Rage Remix, and it's literally it's literally a brand new game. Yeah. It's got all the features from the previous games.
Yeah. Is it on PS2? That one?
No, it's on. It's a PC. It's a Fanmade thing.
Oh, it was a Fanmade thing. I know there was like a PS2 collection of like remakes, and they changed the music and all that. Golden Axe on it, which I'm going to talk about Golden Axe.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the one.
That is a lot of fixing. That does.
How dare you? I mean,
the arcade one was all right, I guess.
I've never beat a Golden Axe. I'd love to try and actually beat a Golden Axe one day. It's on a list. I know it's solid. But I think to fix Golden Axe, it needs the same look at what Street of Rage did. I think for us nowadays, we need like new mechanics, like upgrading mechanics, like new costumes.
Yeah, leveling up things a big thing in Street of Rage.
Yeah. A bit of grinding that you can go, I can get this new power up if I do this, and then replayability to make you play a level again because you'll get something else or something. That's what I want. A Golden Axe could do that because we've had a lot of beat 'em ups. The issue is there's a lot of these kind of beat 'em ups coming out nowadays, and I don't know if I'm not suffering from it yet, but I could possibly at some point suffer a bit of fatigue. Like the Karate Kid one come out, Power Rangers one's come out. The Turtles one's come out.
Toxic
Crusaders. We've got the Marvel one that's coming out. There's a lot of them, and the thing is, I do like them, and I'm looking forward to the Marvel one. But I could see myself if they do all these again next year. There's going to be a point when I'm like, okay, can we have some new ideas?
Yeah. So I kind of felt like. Do you know what I felt like that when I started? I played the demo of Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah,
I think that's right. Because I was getting Toxic Avenger and Toxic Crusaders mixed up.
I guess mixed up. One was the kids show, one was the film.
Yeah. But I played a demo and I was like, yeah, it's all right. Because it felt like every other one.
The same kind of one where you just press a couple buttons.
It didn't feel nothing.
I don't think maybe Street of Rage 4 does it a bit differently, but none of them like. I love the Turtles one, Shredder's Revenge.
I love
so many hours into it because it just felt love letter to Turtles fans. But even that. Like the only thing you get when you beat the game is you unlock Casey Jones. And then you've got some leveling up, but it doesn't really give you anything. I can't even remember what it gives you. I wanted to get where you unlock costumes. That's good, I guess. That's good. What they're saying. But 2, I want to unlock other things. Like imagine if you, I get really simply like without even breaking the game by giving you extra moves. You unlock items for your base in the sewers.
Yeah,
and you unlock and then it's like a classic. Comics or something like that, you know, things like that. I'd love that.
Oh, that'd be good. One thing that would be quite cool to unlock. It would make sense with the cartoon where Michelangelo started with nunchucks, but he went to that grappling hook.
Yeah, stuff
Imagine
like
you
that.
could change the weapon
Yeah,
to a grappling hook to
yeah, that'd be
be
good.
the
Yeah,
cartoon version.
yeah.
Things like that, you
And
know.
I liked it. You remember was the PS? I mean, it's on everything. I think it was Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2 on like PS2 and GameCube and all that. I
Mm.
think it was that one, or maybe the first Spider-Man did it. You unlocked like comics and things like that, and you can go in
That's
and
cool. I
look at.
didn't know that.
You can
That's
go and
cool.
look at all of the front
Right.
covers and all that. And imagine the Turtles one where it unlock all the covers for all the.
And there's so many. It's
Oh,
amazing
it could
stuff.
keep going. I'm read history and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And unlocked a documentary bit. So I'd love that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Or unlock episodes of the TV show. All that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean,
Unaired stuff or things like that, or
I love
concept.
unlockables in games, but I mean, I'd love it with the actual game itself. But I don't know how you do it without breaking the game, by unlocking like power ups and stuff. But there's got to be a way to do
It'd
it.
just be. I would assume that you could have them abilities already available, but they're locked away
Yeah,
in that sort of sense,
kind of
rather
like a
than add on.
Metroidvania-ish way where you've got to you've got to grind, but you unlock a new ability. But I don't want to break. I mean, the balancing is
It's
crazy.
hard, isn't it? Yeah, because it becomes a different game after that, doesn't it?
Exactly. Or you unlock new characters at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
no. I like characters get to play the bad guys.
yeah, that stuff
That'd
that'd
be
be quite
quite
good.
cool. Be
Well, you've got-
overpowered Shredder
Well,
and stuff.
you might be in a minority with this because it's like I remember when people complained about, when Tekken would come out and you have to unlock all the characters and save it on your memory card or whatever,
Yeah.
and people were like, "Oh, I just want to have all the characters," but
No.
it gives you a reason to play through it, another reason to play through the games, and
That's why I would play through with every character to
Yeah.
unlock the other characters.
and you go, "Oh my god, what's this character like?" And
Yeah,
it was exciting. But if you get them all, it's like when I first got Mario Kart 8. I was a bit bummed out because everything was just there, and I was like, because there's a lot of stuff there. I know, not like you've done that in the past with Mario Kart, but because there was so much there, I thought, oh, there's nothing to do. I want to unlock all the tracks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was already just there, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sure you wish to unlock all the tracks and stuff.
You can unlock the wheels and new gliders and stuff,
yeah,
but I
Yeah.
love it. I quite like those because I always get excited when you got a new glider or.
I want
wheels.
something. I don't know. I can't explain it because I feel like everything I come up with is going to break the game in some way. You know what I mean?
That's the only thing, yeah. Because if you, I want it to add this, and then like,
Yeah, and it just becomes an aesthetic thing, and at the end of the day, you're that bothered. I mean, I would have liked it in Shredder's Revenge if you had like the classic version of Turtles, or all the different versions of Turtles, and then they added Mutant Mayhem Turtles, and that'd be been cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite good. And they would have the different voices for it because I could do that.
God.
And also, if you had a comic book version where it played in black and white
Yeah.
or something like that, and it looked like the old Turtle look, how the original Turtles were.
God, yeah, that
Like,
one. Oh, God, so
and
good.
make it like really violent because you don't get obviously blood in this, but in the original comics, was
it's
blood
dark.
and
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was
of
dark
gore.
as hell, and people dying and stuff
Imagine
like that.
that. Or even a DLC. Well, I know they might be making a game still, aren't they?
Yeah, what
Of
the hell?
Last Ronin.
When is that coming up? I was literally just thinking that then.
Disappeared. Yeah, I just
It's
thought about that.
completely disappeared. That's coming out next year, isn't it? Probably because they've just.
That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
But again, you could unlock the character in that, and then you have a little side story where you're avenging things and stuff. Would be quite cool. And
So there's our answer for
I love that one.
We've basically said
Richard,
how we'd fix a genre, basically more than a game. But that's definitely a genre that's coming in now, which is a lot, which I feel like it's just we could have a bit of fatigue of it in the future because there's a lot of them coming out. I just feel like you need to offer a little bit extra and have like modern mechanics in it, not just not just replay Tales in Time over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want that again. Anyway, thanks so much, mate, for being on the podcast. And if you want to want to see more Plunger, you can catch him on a stream, which you can also see on his YouTube channel, which is linked down below. But you've also got a bunch of videos coming out. Have you got any videos coming out recently?
I've got the Liverpool one to do yet. We should be probably next week now because of technical problems.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, but the last one is the Toy Fair from April. The pickups, that one's out. But yeah, I've just got that one to come out.
Nice. I'm definitely checking them out because I won't go on over it because we're here for hours. But he picked up a Tomitronic for £12, which is insane to me.
With batteries. He gave me batteries with it as well.
Just threw them in and all that. Oh, I won't spoil it, but there's loads of stuff in that video. Also, you can check me out through the week. I will be streaming, not Crash Bandicoot this week.
Oh, any sneak peek what you'd be playing, or you're not going to give away?
No idea. I was leaving it today to see if I got through that level and how I felt afterwards, and I might power through it. And I was like, I'm still in between because of that rope level, but I probably won't. I'll probably try something new. A week's enough. But also put out my playthrough of Alf on the Master System. I know everyone's dying to see that.
Amazing, that one.
One of the most amazing games ever, and it's terrible. I mean, don't watch it, but do watch it.
But you finished it. But you played through it, though.
I finished a game. Well,
to be fair, with that sort of game, I do find it fascinating because you think, how do you make a game out of that? That's what I kind of try and get out of it.
I think it's like, I think they asked the child, and the child went, you pick up some salami, and you go in the caves. And it's like, I don't know, it's like you're writing it down. Yeah.
He knows his stuff.
There's the game. And he's like, oh, thanks, mate, you've written the Alf game. What's Alf? I felt like it has nothing to do with whenever. Go and watch the video. Anyway,
have you got any other big videos?
At the moment, I don't know. I was kind of tempted to film Sunday because we go to the game fair.
Yes.
I'm tempted. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking about it. But at the moment, no. I'm working on. I want to do some video essay type stuff for the channel, but they take a bit longer to do. You can't just do it in a day. It takes ages. So I'll probably do some more unboxing and maybe a little vlog or something in the meantime. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 18, 2 away from 20. I've said that now, and I'll start next week and go next time and go, this is episode 20. But anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you, bye.